A KSL Sports presentation. Game Night Live kicks off now. Sponsored by UCCU.
We have found the perfect backdrop for high school football. What better way to start the 2024 high school football season than at the foothills of Mount Timpanogos at American Fork High School? And we've got a good one for you tonight between the American Fork Cavemen and the defending 6A state champion, Corner Canyon Chargers. Jeremiah Jensen, Stevenson Sylvester with you for another season of Game Night Live. And Sly, what better way to kick it off than with a game like this? Corner Canyon, the defending champs. American Fork made it to the semifinals last year. Let's start with Corner Canyon. They don't reload, they don't rebuild, they just continue to produce talent. Of course, it helps when a kid moves into your boundaries. It's Helaman Kasuga.
Oh, yeah, man. I try to tell you, I get questioned all the time, like, do you want to start the game off with the small game or do you want to start big? There's no bigger game than Corner Canyon. This is the perfect time for somebody to test exactly what they've been doing in the offseason. I can't wait to see this. There is a lot of things that American Fork's going to have to account for that they lost this past season.
Yeah.
But as you said, Corner Canyon, it's like they just have it. They have these baby factory of supreme athletes, and they just pump them out every single year. And Corner Canyon's going to be ramped up and ready to go. I can't wait to see this game.
There's the football factory right there that is Corner Canyon, ready to run out of this field. You see number one right there. That's Jerome Miles, a five-star recruit, the number one player in the state of Utah in the 2025 class. Another team loaded with talent. They are the favorites to win in 6A. Eric Kerr, in his 8th season with the Chargers, 87-7 record. And there's the American Fork Cavemen. They run out onto their home field with Old Glory, ready to start off another season. Interesting story here, Sly. 2 starters on offense back, only 1 on defense. We don't know a lot about this American Fork team. I don't know if they know a lot about themselves.
No, they don't. And if you're going to start off, first of all, these 2 regions, Region 2, Region 3, really they took a hold of the entire semifinals. 3 from Region 3, 1 from Region 2, and, of course, Corner Canyon ran away with it. So, these are the top. This is the cream of the cream here in the Utah football. And, I mean, everything that American Fork has done these past couple years is build. And they built for last year. They just came up short in the semifinal game last year. But this is a great way to test yourself. Where you're at, where I need to go is against Corner Canyon to start the year.
Last year, Corner Canyon won their 4th state title. They've won state titles in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2023. American Fork, as we said, they reached the semifinals last year. The Cavemen under Aaron Beam finished runner-up in 2014, 2018, and 2019 with that elusive state title. They haven't won it all since 1962. The Cavemen try once again in 2024.
Yeah, they had back-to-back state champions in 61 and 62. This is a long time since they felt that state championship. So, it's something that they're vying for in the school, a whole new roster, a lot of newcomers. It's hard to see that here. But you know what? Anything is possible, right? You can make anything happen. And I think that's what American Fork wants to have happen. They got a lot of juice on this sideline. It's the off-season. This is how you start the season. If you can beat Corner Canyon, who knows what the trajectory of the season could be after this.
The Chargers will receive the opening kickoff. The Cavemen will kick. Lewis Connect, number 11, the kicker for American Fork, will get us started. Beautiful night for football. Temperature in the mid-80s with a slight breeze to the north. Probably not enough to affect the play on the field. Beautiful night. What a great way to start another year of high school football. Another year of Game Night Live is underway as we officially kick off another season. That is a returnable kick. The Chargers bring it out. Boy, he was one player away, one broken tackle away from breaking that open. That was Brighton Brady on the return, and Brighton Brady had an amazing junior season last year, Sly.
Gosh.
Especially in the playoffs. He was an absolute beast. And you look at some of those numbers that he had. 117 carries, 1,210 yards, and 22 touchdowns. Here we are, the first snap for Helaman Kasuga as the quarterback at Corner Canyon. He's going to hand it off to Brady. Brady's got a blocker out front and room to run. He's got the edge. Brighton Brady, first play of the season. 80 yards to the house.
You think that was just how they drew it up?
How's that for a statement?
Oh my gosh! I was gonna say it before the play even started, but that semifinal game against Lehigh, that right there is all you've seen. Is you seen the heels of Brighton Brady. He is so fast and elusive in open field. But what I loved about this play was his patience. We're gonna check out the replay right here, but watch his patience, allowing the blockers to set up, get out in front, and just come around that side, and then his speed just took over after that.
The extra point attempt. Through the upright and good. The Corner Canyon Chargers take a 7-0 lead. That kick by Davis Nelson. Here's another look. Keep an eye on number 71 for Corner Canyon right here.
He
had the
allows
lead
his
block.
blockers to set up, gets out there, untouched. You know, how do you run an inside zone and you are untouched all the way to the end zone? You know, that is just special. He's going to have an incredible year. That right there is just his track speed on display.
Here, watch out front. Watch 71 get out.
Boom.
Boom.
Love it. What do they call it? The Dancing Bears? Is that what Chris Berman calls them? Oh, man. Well, this is you got 5 returning starters here on that offensive line. So this running game is going to be very impactful, very useful, very meaningful for this team going forward. And that's no better way to start the season.
That was Will Chandler with the lead block, the junior offensive lineman. Stat check, it was 75 yards for the touchdown. So Brighton Brady already at 75 yards rushing on the very first play in 2024.
That's probably the best average of the state right now, right?
I think he's got to be.
75 yards a play.
We had a game last night, but nobody had a 75-yard run. As Timpview shocked Skyridge in the season opener for both teams on Thursday night. We'll show you the ending of that coming up later in the broadcast. That was a thriller, with Timpview winning 33-29, coming back from a 29-14 deficit at halftime. So Jerome Miles does everything for Corner Canyon, including kickoffs. And that's a pretty darn good kickoff. Is he a 5-star kicker too, Slaw?
He was at the tip of the end zone, but he had great height, which is what you want. If you're going to kick it and play, you want to have good height to allow your coverage to get down there. And that's did that. Even if he brought that out, they might have got the 15-yard line. Might have.
When you're 6'4" and 200 pounds, you can do a lot of things. When you're
around a
athletic.
10-300. How about that?
State record at the state track and field meet last May, set by Jerome Miles. Keep an eye on number 1 on the Corner Canyon offense tonight. So American Fork, they'll try to answer. The first snaps at quarterback for David Gaisford as a starter at American Fork. Number 17 takes a snap, and he's going to hand it off. Room up the middle. Nice carry to start things off for the Cavemen.
Good carry, 6 yards. I'll take that. That's also a good average. It's no 75, but, you know, it'll get it done. Right here, you just stick it up in there, follow this lead blocker, get nimble, and then get as much as you can, keep pushing the pile forward. Great job right there.
It was Madden Jensen on the carry. 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Gaisford's going to throw over the middle. It's caught. That's a first down. So the Cavemen move the chains. Nice start for the Cavemen offense. A lot of new faces. A lot of inexperience, but there is plenty of talent. That was David Dean, the junior wide receiver, with the catch, number 80. As you mentioned, 2 starters on offense returning. The rest are new to regular varsity action. So Corner Canyon with an experience advantage in this game. Gaisford, another throw. Miscommunication into the turf, incomplete.
Well, great job right there. You got the off-the-edge pressure, made him get rid of the ball sooner than he wanted to right there. But that was a one-step drop. The receiver, as you can see, the sun is beaming right into those guys' eyes. So if you're an offensive coordinator, you want to make sure you call calls that the receivers aren't looking into the sun. But it looked like the receiver had miscommunication there. He should have broke off his route a lot sooner.
It's Cash Taisi, who's a freshman. A freshman starting varsity tonight for American Fork. Pitch to the right. That's Jensen again. Gets outside. And nice gain on second down.
Great run right there by Madden Jensen right there. Getting all you can. It's 8 yards. They are moving the chains here. I mean, that was a good run on second down right there. Picked up a chunk, making it third and manageable, you know, here. So you don't need to do much. You can even hit it up inside on a run play. The defense got to be ready for the whole playbook right here. So great run there by Madden Jensen.
4 new starters on the offensive line, but they got a lot of beef up front. Motion to the right. Now trips to the left.
Oh, that's all sides. That's an automatic first down. Oh, wow.
That'll help the Cavemen.
Yeah. Great hard count right there. That's one of those early season miscues, right, that you get. You got to learn from, watch the ball as much as you've done it in training camp. When you get to the game, you kind of forget. But you see that a lot here in the first games of the year. So teams like American Fork need to use that to their advantage. I don't think that's the only time they'll be able to get Corner Canyon to jump. So they got to continue to work that hard count.
Tighter formation on first down. It's another handoff. Right up the middle.
Nice.
Gain of 5. They'll take that.
Yeah, that's a great run on first down. That makes it happen. Makes you can do a lot of different things on second down. You can go up over the top, take a chance over the top. David Dean, he's a huge receiver, man. I believe he's 6'5", 200-pound receiver. It looks like he's got a significant height advantage over the corner.
Well, Jet Nelson and Davis Andrews last year graduated, but they got another big one there. And Dean, I believe his older brother was on that team last year as well. Yeah. Gaisford, catch is made. Middle of the field, first down.
And that was all set up by that first down run. You make it second and manageable. You can take risks, or you can take risks on second down. You can do the slant. You can do a deep fade. And it looked like Corner Canyon was in a soft coverage right there. But American Fork is doing a great job of really just maneuvering down the field, not feeling the pressure, and just taking what they're given.
Will Miney with the catch for the first down. Into Charger territory. Inside the 40 down to the 38. Back to Jensen. Not as much there. Still fighting. Gets up to the 35-yard line. So a gain of about 3.
Well, we're pushing here to field goal territory because you definitely want to get something out of this drive. Make sure you didn't take up all this time and got nothing out of it. So this is working. They're doing great. Keep pushing off. Get Corner Canyon tired. Take your chances when you can.
2nd and 7. Trips to the left. 3 safeties for the Chargers. Gaisford steps up the pocket, takes a hit, overthrows the receiver. I think that hit had something to do with the overthrow. Pressure applied.
Oh, yeah. Definitely took a lot of accuracy off of that throw right there.
Number 44 bringing the heat. That was Eli Painter, the defensive end. The senior for Corner Canyon now getting his chance. Start in this defense.
Yeah, Corner Canyon's been stacked on defense for so long. It's hard to get playing time at this school. But if you can, you know you're at the top of the top.
Miney in motion. Gaisford on 3rd down. Takes a shot over the middle. Catch is made. Dean dropped it.
Oh, man.
In the hands and out. That's a heartbreak for American Fork. A great drive. Looks to have stalled. They're in that area where you you got to go for it.
You can't punt it. You can't punt it, but look here, great job by Gaisford, stepping up in the pocket, delivering a good ball right here. But I think David Dean was like, okay, I'm open, I got it, the ball's coming. And I think he started running before he actually caught the football there. Got excited. But those are one of the things you cannot miss when you're playing a team like Corner Canyon. No deep coverage here. What do they got? We're going over
Gaisford.
top. Go
taking
up top.
A shot.
That's PI. That's PI. Did they call it?
I don't see yellow on the field. Corner Canyon gets the stop on 4th down. They'll take over on downs at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, for me, that's pass interference. The ball was in the air. Defender wasn't looking and still making contact. But, hey, if it was an uncatchable ball, and the referee will use his judgment. But that was a good risk. There was no deep coverage, no safeties. Everybody was up around the line of scrimmage. Great decision by Gaisford, just off the mark.
So with 8:31 left in the first quarter, the Chargers take over. Their second series on offense. Of course, their first one, as you may have just saw, if you're joining us late, Brighton Brady took the first play, a handoff to the house, 75 yards. Here he goes again, more room to run. Brady's loose again to the 50, 40, 30. Loses his balance, pushed out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right at the 20-yard line.
Do you see how fast his legs move? Look how fast his legs are moving right here on the sideline. This is speed. He's tiptoeing the sideline while his legs are going boom, 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 boom. His legs are going so fast, ladies and gentlemen. That is hard to catch in any level of football.
45-yard run, screen pass into the end zone. Touchdown Chargers. Krishan Lee with a 20-yard touchdown pass. Helaman Kasuga's first touchdown pass as a Corner Canyon Charger goes to Krishan Lee for another Charger touchdown. 13-0 as we wait for the extra point.
How fast do they score? I swear, it was 9:06 when American Fork had the ball at the 50 with the first down.
Wow.
It hasn't even got to 8:15. Oh,
the Chargers
my gosh.
have run 3 plays. They have 14 points.
Oh, my goodness. This lets you know the type of, they got talent all over the place. Like, the balance that he had after the catch on that was incredible. And Krishan Lee just made it happen. He got the ball, had his blockers in place. They had a chance to make the tackle, but he won. He absorbed the contact, got off balance, but was able to keep his balance and get all the way to the end zone. They are so fast, so strong, and it just seems easy, effortless for them right now just to do anything, to run basic plays, whether it's an inside zone or just a basic screen play. It just they are a well-oiled machine. With a newcomer like Helaman Kasuga, they look like they've played together for years. Hats off to Eric Kerr. He knows exactly how to do it, how to get the most out of his players. And their top talent hasn't even touched the ball, hasn't even gotten a target yet in Jerome Miles. Absolutely crazy.
They scored on a run play and a receiver screen pass over the middle.
3 plays, as you said. 3 plays, 14 points. And
so Jerome Miles hasn't caught a pass, but he's now going to kick off for the second time in this game.
Hasn't even had a target.
How about the 5-star receiver handling kickoff duties?
Hey, the more you can do, I mean,
Jack of all trades.
If the ball is going to other places, I got to get my touches and my reps elsewhere.
Well, there's no doubt about that one. Whoa!
That's a great kick.
That made it to the track.
All he's got to do is play defense now, right?
Feels that way. The Cavemen had a nice drive early, just stalled at the 35. Let's see if they can finish it now and stay in this ball game. You can't come up empty too many times on offense if you're going to play this Corner Canyon Charger team. They're just so good offensively. Gaisford with 2 backs behind him. He's going to go to Jensen again right up the middle. Jensen getting a lot of duty tonight so far. Getting the chance to star in this offense. They've had so many good running backs over the years.
They got to get some rhythm somewhere. I mean, they did a good job on the last drive, driving up and down the field, but on that drop by Dean was huge. A big momentum shift in how they were going about offensive play calling.
Gaisford's going to hand it off again.
First down.
It's Madden Jensen again.
Great run right there. Great vision. Cut it back off the edge. See it, get that first down.
Now, Sly, you look at that American Fork offensive line. Look at these guys. There's not a size mismatch here at all. They are big up front. My goodness.
They look way bigger than Corner Canyon.
Yeah.
But in football, low man wins. So if you're big and you don't know how to use it, that doesn't mean anything. But the way they're running the football, they know how to use it.
Gaisford doing a great job getting this Corner Canyon front to jump off sides. That's 2 offside penalties.
Yeah, as I said, I think that is early in the season, miscues, things that, teams are susceptible to do, first 2 games of the season. And I think American Fork, if you can use this to your advantage, I would. I mean, I think you could probably get them once every drive. I would do a hurry-up offense where I would do it too. But you'll be able to get them a couple more times in this football game.
More laundry on the field. What do we have now? It's an illegal substitution.
American Fork didn't substitute.
Sideline warning. Something of the sort.
They got 12 on. What is this call?
It's going to cost Corner Canyon.
It's a 15-yarder.
Ooh, that moves the Cavemen all the way down to the Corner Canyon 46-yard line.
Oh, wow. That was a significant penalty.
So they get 5 on the offsides and 15 more on whatever that was. Gaisford. Play action. Rolls to his right. And is going to throw it away as he gets taken down. Pressure applied by number 11, Dustin Otuafi, the junior linebacker.
Yeah, they got to keep punching it in, keep getting into Madsen. He's doing a great job running with Madden Jensen. Keep giving him the ball. He's doing a great job of punching it in there. He's not making a ton of juke moves. He's getting what he can get. Just making it happen, getting 5 yards a chunk, man. You got to give him the football. And then you do play action off of that.
2nd and 10.
There you go.
They do exactly what offensive coordinator Stevenson Sylvester called for.
Yeah, man. Well,
right the middle again. It's working.
It sucks because they wasted first down.
Yeah.
You got a big penalty, 15 yards. You got a big offensive line. Keep punching it in there. Now it should be 2nd and medium
5,
here,
yeah.
right? But now it's 3rd and medium because you decided to do a pass play, and those receivers on the right side are looking into the sun. If I'm doing anything, I'm throwing short passes here to this short side, to the nearest sideline, because you don't have the sun in your eyes and you can get what you can get, but otherwise I'm running the football.
6 minutes to play in the quarter. Jensen up the middle again.
Yeah, I mean, now they're in 4th down territory. You do it again. But for me, guess what I'm running here? I'm running QB run game here. I'm doing a QB draw. I don't have multiple guys in there. I'm going to go 11 personnel, spread them out, spread out my tight end, motion him back in, have my running back and tight end be my lead blocker right through the B gap and pick up this first down. That's offensive coordinator slide. That's the play that I would run.
Let's see what they go with. 4th and 2.
Motion the tight end in there.
Gaisford.
Keeps it.
Exactly as you said, but he's going to throw. Catch is made. First down.
Great.
Miney again.
Love it.
His 2nd catch of the game. Moves the chains. This drive stays alive for the Cavemen.
Great job right there. You got an over-aggressive Corner Canyon. You've had success with the run. Play action fake right there. Boot out to that side. Had a lead blocker and Dylan Richards right there. Great job. Wide open Will Miney. Extra yards after the catch. That's what you want to do. Now run the football. Run the football. Because you're going to get one-on-one on the outside with Dean. So play clock's down to 4, 3, got to go. Timeout. Oh, no.
They get it off. Gaisford. Quick hit. Miney again, his 3rd catch of the game. He's wrapped up, but he's in the red zone.
That's nice.
Down to the 16-yard line.
I hate this, right? They're having some success throwing the football. Don't get happy. the run game still works. They got to work in this run game here. You got second and short right here. I would pound it in there. You can get 3 yards, 2 to 3 yards here, making it really third and short, and you can do whatever you want at that case because we all know you're not punting the football. Run the football here.
Gaisford with trips to his left. Jensen. Play action. Ball's in the air. That's trouble for American Fork. The Chargers could not come up with it. They had a shot in the hands, but it falls on the turf. Incomplete.
Great job
Dean
by
playing
Gordon
good
Canyon.
defensive back there.
Getting your hands in the passing lane is an underrated skill. It's hard to time it up because one offensive lineman look for you to jump and then they punch you right in the sternum and take the wind out of you. So you got to time it up to defend yourself at the same time. But if you can do it, it helps the DBs out so much, especially on those quick throws.
Gaisford on 3rd and 4.
Nice
Catch
throw.
is made outside.
Nice throw.
That'll move the chains. 1st and goal for the Cavemen at the 9-yard line.
Great throw by David Gaisford right there. He threw the ball before the receiver was looking. The pressure was on, led the receiver. That was great job right there by Gaisford. Great throw.
And the freshman Case Taisi with the catch.
All right, 1st and goal here. What are you going to do? You got one-on-one on the outside, it's smaller corner.
Gaisford takes a snap, hands it to Jensen. Up the middle,
Nice.
bounces out. Breaks a couple tackles, but he's going to be taken down. He gets a gain of about 2, maybe 3, down to the 6. Be 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line.
Yeah,
Jensen's got to come out. He's got a equipment malfunction.
I like Matty Jensen. He gets some good yardage. He's making it very manageable for this team. So, hey, a lot of people are like, yeah, you're down by the goal line. It doesn't get easier the closer you get down here. It's actually really hard because the defense is hunkered down. They know what you're going to do. Unless you got beast mode in the backfield, it doesn't make it easy.
Gaisford. Catch is made. Inside the 5, wrapped up, down at about the 3-yard line. Seth Carlson made the tackle.
You got to put Madden in here even if he's a decoy.
Miney again. That's 4 catches for Miney, who's having himself a quarter. Will Miney has the Cavemen down at the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 1. Huge play for the Cavemen. Can they do it? Up the middle, into the end zone. Touchdown, Cavemen!
Luke Broadbent.
Luke Broadbent gets the carry and picks up a yard for the score. And the Cavemen, with an extra point, can cut this lead in half.
I really like that drive. Just look how they really just took they take their time with the drive. Their run game is huge. It's opening up the pass. They're dangerous on all. They got a quarterback who can throw the ball. They got receivers who can make it happen. They have a running back. They got a big offensive line. Keeps the defense on their toes. That was a great drive, mixing running and pass.
The extra point is good. The Cavemen are on the board, cutting the lead to 7 here on Game Night Live. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there, they're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
At UCCU, we've learned that people prefer more.
And not just more, but a lot more. That's why UCCU created Elevated Checking. Elevated provides everything you'd expect from the best checking account anywhere and more. A lot more. Like loan discounts, overdraft forgiveness, and free ATMs nationwide.
That kickoff's into the end zone. No return this time. So the Chargers will begin their third possession at the 20. Now, Sly, what adjustments does the American Fork defense need to make after those first two possessions? Because that was a little bit too much Swiss cheese for their liking, I'm sure.
I mean, I'm positive that there is a lot of issues. But for me, the most blatant one is at the point of attack.
Yeah.
They are not stopping Corner Canyon at the point of attack. Oh, God.
Kasuga.
Oh, my God.
Over the middle, wide open. The catch is made.
That's speed defense. 4 plays.
Krishawn Lee for the second touchdown of the game. 80 yards. Helaman Kasuga to Krishawn Lee. There is a penalty.
I guess that's the only thing that's going to stop this Corner Canyon offense. Is some flags.
If this stands, this would be 3 touchdowns in 4 plays.
Oh my gosh! This shouldn't be a penalty on Corner Canyon, because I'm like, what would you have a penalty on? He was in the open field. You split the cover 2 safeties. Easiest read ever for Helaman.
Cavemen feel pretty confident that this is going their way. Was this after the catch?
Oh, they're going to count it. Okay. Unsportsmanlike. All right, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's unsportsmanlike, it was most likely on Krishawn Lee as he was running, but I didn't see them.
So the touchdown stands. Krishawn Lee with his second touchdown of the game. Helaman Kasuga.
Perfect on the day. Perfect on the day.
2 passes, 2 touchdowns?
2 passes, 2 touchdowns. It's a good average.
That is a good ratio. 3 touchdowns and 4 plays in this game.
Wow.
That is electric. Here's another look at the touchdown. Kasuga to Krishawn Lee.
He didn't even look any other way. He knew exactly what he was doing. Pre-snap read told him go right to the middle of the field. Yeah, where's the unsportsmanlike? Must not have been on Krishawn Lee. Look at that. Easy read. Yeah, that's bad defensive mechanics. You get 3 verticals like that, somebody's underneath has to run. I don't think Corner Canyon's a team that you run cover 2 against. They have way too many weapons. One guy can literally beat your cover 2. You have to play cover 3 against a team. Cover 3, cover 4 against a team like Corner Canyon to keep some cushion deep. You got to give up the short stuff. But again, my thing is at the point of attack. You see those blockers, you have to defer them back. You have to defer the runner back into the rest of the defense so people can make a play. If you don't do that, they're literally practicing on air. Brighton Brady has multiple touches to where he's not even getting touched for at least 15 to 20 yards on a handoff. Yeah, so American Fork offense, I really like them. They're methodical, they're strategic, they're good. Gaisford's getting a little bit more experience confidence-wise. But this defense, there is a lot of things. That was a basic offensive read. That wasn't crazy at all. And that is just not a mistake that you can make against Corner Canyon.
Brighton Brady has 120 yards rushing on 2 carries. Krishawn Lee has 2 catches for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. And there's 2:32 left to go in the first quarter.
Is there any sweat on their brow
You
right
could just
now?
put those guys on ice over on the sideline probably at this point, right?
I mean, not yet, but it's
My point is that's a pretty darn good game right there, and you've already got that in the bag in the first 12 minutes of the game.
4 plays.
Crazy.
In 4 plays. Jerome Miles hasn't even gotten a target. This is insane.
So you're watching this Corner Canyon team, and you're probably in awe of how electric they are. They got a big test Thursday at home against IMG Academy out of Florida. It's going to have national attention in Draper on Thursday night. Another carry for the Cavemen.
Yeah, that game against IMG's not even associated with the state. They are a travel team essentially. Yep. They pick fights across the nation. They are a top tier team. I think everybody on their offensive line is 6'6" and above.
Gaisford.
Hit the swing.
Miney can't hold on to this one. You know, last year Corner Canyon took on Bishop Gorman.
That was a good game.
Hung with him for the first half. Isaac Wilson had a big game, but they ended up falling short against the nationally ranked team. In fact, I think Bishop Gorman was
ended up number one
in the country last year. And now they got IMG coming to town. They're not afraid to take on the heavyweights across the country. It's good for the state, too.
Coach Kerr doesn't care.
He does not.
Coach Kerr don't care.
1:51 to play first quarter. 3rd down and 8. Gaisford. Rush comes in the pocket over the middle. Ooh, dropped again. Was looking for the freshman. Who had a nice catch earlier. That is Cash Taisi again.
Yeah.
You're a freshman getting a chance to play in a big game like this.
Almost you get afraid that you're so wide open.
He's going to have some big moments in the future.
Yeah, he is.
So that was not one of them.
Yeah, he is.
So American Fork will have to punt.
That is not what you want. That was a quick 3 and out.
Got a flag. High kick. Drew Watcott will field it. Drew Watcott with a nice return out past the 35 down to the 36-yard line.
So either illegal formation on the offense or offsides.
Not sure if how that'll impact things. Let's find out. The Corner Canyon offense is ready to go to work. Again, we haven't seen a pass attempt go Jerome Miles' way. I'm sure they'll get to him at some point.
I think it's going to be this play. It's going to be this play right here coming out.
The way things are going, there's not going to be a lot of plays and attempts for Corner Canyon.
It's going to be trips to the right. The most inside guy's going to run a slant. Second guy's going to run a post. And you're going to have one-on-one on the outside for Jerome Miles, 10-3, 100 speed. That's going to be this first play right here, right out of this illegal formation. Penalties declined.
Yeah, they're going to decline it.
Yeah, penalties declined, first down. But that's going to be his first play. It's going to be a 59-yard touchdown to Jerome Miles. He's going to get one-on-one trips. This is what I would run. Trips to the right. You got the ball's on the left hash, trips to the right. Your most inside guy runs a slant. Second guy runs a post. You run those guys off. You got one-on-one with Jerome Miles up the sideline. Helaman, just throw a nice little touch pass into the right front shirt pocket of Jerome Miles. It's going to be a thing of beauty.
1:37 to play first quarter.
Are they going to get another score before this is up? That'd be crazy.
That would be something. You figure at some point this defense will make some adjustments because that was just those are missed assignments, right?
Yeah, but I can understand if an offense comes with something complex, the shifts, the motions, a crazy formation, and the defense gets confused. And I can say, yeah, we can make it. But the things that they need to adjust are not things that you work on in the game. They aren't good at the point of attack. I don't want to say they're playing scared, but it almost like they just lose all the technique that they would have known and learned over the years. It's just out the window here. Because Corner Canyon hasn't done anything that is just mind-blowing. Okay, here we go. We got trips here, but we got a tight end. See how we do this. Jerome Miles.
Series number 3, just their 5th play of the game. This offense has been something.
You run Drew Rodcott right to the middle of the field, and you got one-on-one for Jerome Miles right up the sideline right there. That'd be my first play.
Oh,
wow.
Kasuga can't handle the snap. He's just going to have to eat it. So a mistake finally made by this Corner Canyon offense. That'll back them up 6-7 yards.
What was that all about? Yeah, these guys do not huddle.
So they reset. We come to the 1 minute mark. Kasuga looking deep. And he's sacked.
Ball's
he
out.
goes down. The ball's loose. The Cavemen have it.
Wow.
They do. They force a turnover with the sack of Kasuga.
How about that? There's the defense stepping up. That's what they need to do. Great job bringing pressure. Coming off. This is an experienced offensive line, too. There should be no issues. But they bring in an extra guy, but this is Helaman. He just holds on to the ball too long right there. I believe that was a 3-step drop. He's got to get that ball out of there or have a clock in his head. But great job with the motor on the end there by Jacob Nielsen. Coming off the edge, strip sack. When you sack him, you don't just hit him. You got to go for that ball too. That's what I learned from James Harrison. He comes around that edge, and as he's squeezing, as he's about to hit you, he swipes at the ball because you never know what can happen.
Nelson makes a recovery. I apologize. I did not get the number for the player that made the sack, but that was a phenomenal play. Right up the middle with the run game. Time running out here in the first quarter, but a momentum shift that the Cavemen desperately needed. As electric as that Corner Canyon offense was, they get a score on this drive here.
Right back in.
Back within a touchdown.
They're
staying attached, but they got to score here. Another defensive mistake for Corner Canyon. Offsides again.
Yeah, I know they're going to get Corner Canyon a few times in this game. And even to this point, that's not going to be it. This is an aggressive defense. That's how you slow an aggressive defense down. You make them double, triple think. And then you're going to catch them again later in the football game. But that's three offsides they've been able to call on hard counts. So great job by by American Fork at staying still as well, not flinching themselves.
Into the red zone. Gaisford.
That's risky.
Designed for Dean. It was in the air a little too long, and Dean takes a pop on his shoulder. Hope he's okay. Uh-oh. That's not good.
The safer throw would have been the out route right there. The arrow. He should have threw the Will Miney right there. There's five Corner Canyon defenders right there.
Seth Carlson with another pass breakup. So 4.4 seconds left in the quarter. Looks like the Cavemen will get one more play in this quarter. 2nd down and 10. A pitch outside. Somebody lost their helmet.
7 yards.
In fact, that was Carlson. So decent run to end the first quarter. What a quarter that was. Corner Canyon's offense electric. The Cavemen trying to keep pace. Their defense gives them a shot here. We'll see if they can score in the red zone when we come back with second quarter action here on Game Night Live. Madden Jensen with another run. We'll be right back after this.
At UCC
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
You've been told that running is punishment. Let's help you make it your superpower. At Salt Lake Running Company, we're here to help you become a better athlete. From the gym to the track, SLRC offers all student athletes a 10% discount, free rewards, free custom shoe fits, and inserts that fit into athletic shoes and cleats. For 30 years, SLRC's award-winning customer service has helped student athletes find the perfect fit that keeps them training and competing. Shop in-store or online at slrc.com today.
We begin second half action. A really key play here. 3rd and 4 for the Cavemen. In the shadows of the end zone, Gaisford over the middle, caught by Mighty. Inside the 5. That will move the chains, and the Cavemen are knocking on the door. The Cavemen now have 4 cracks at the end zone. At the 2.
Well, if you want 4 cracks, this is it's kind of a perfect place.
Gaisford. Corner of the end zone, touchdown! Cade Wilkinson! And the Cavemen are right back in this.
No, no flag. Okay, I thought I saw a flag. I must have just seen something flying in the air. But great job, right? Everybody's loading up for the run, and you throw the one-on-one outside. Great job at catching the football. Again, the receivers aren't looking back into the sun, so they can make that happen. Great job by American Fork.
Wilkinson, one of those returning starters. Taven Jensen, the other, the center. So the Cavemen back within a score. Here's how it looked.
Great job. Great pass. I like the location of the football here. Right outside the shoulder. You beat the corner. Only where the receiver could get it. Great job.
The Cavemen have life thanks to a strip sack that gave them the ball deep in Charger territory. And now trail 21-14 with 11:33 to play. So they found something on defense there on that drive, putting pressure on Helam and Kasuga. He broke under that pressure, fumbled on the sack. Let's see if they can create some more chaos on defense on this drive.
Man.
So Corner Canyon probably got a talking to on the sideline. It felt like they took the foot off the gas there a little bit on that drive up front.
Well, I definitely saw it in Helam and Kasuga's demeanor. Got really comfortable. And, did that go out of bounds? Oh, in the end zone. Great kick. But that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to get comfortable. You take the foot off the gas, as you said. But in his demeanor, he wasn't really worried. And I'm like, you took a 3-step drop and you held the football. You don't want to do that. Last year, he had 14 interceptions. And, that's because, so hopefully this year he's making some more developmental jumps and understanding what he has to do. But he's got to cut that turnover number down and stay on top. This is a very talented football team, but you can't get comfortable.
Kasuga dropped it again. He's in trouble. The snap ended up on the ground through his hands, and he just has to throw it away.
I don't know if that's the center's issue. That's Helaman. I think he's just mishandling that snap twice now. It hit his hands. Yeah, that's all Helaman Kasuga right there. He's got to get his hands on that football, especially those quick passes. It's mechanics. It's 1, 2, 3.
Brady on the run. This time the Cavemen wrap him up, but decent run after the loss. Down to the 25-yard line. They'll set up a 3rd and 5. Boy, if the Cavemen were to get a 3 and out here.
Wow, right? It's Brady's shortest run of the day, 5 yards.
This is an opportunity for the Cavemen defense to do just that. Down a touchdown. Kasuga takes a shot outside. The catch is made. Krishan
Great
Lee.
tackle.
But the tackle's made short of the 30, and the Cavemen get it done.
Great tackle.
Very impressive.
But again, Coach Carey don't care. He don't look like he's the punting type.
There's no punter on the field.
Unless Jerome Miles. he might be your punter.
Well, Kasuga's probably their punter, to be honest.
He did that for Tempe, didn't he?
He did.
I think he did, yeah.
They didn't punt much either.
No. So this is
Here they go. Trips to the right. Going for it on 4th and 1. Kasuga. Or are they just trying to draw him off?
No,
they're going to go.
They're going to run the football here.
What a moment in this game. Kasuga hands off to Brady. He's got it. He's got the first down. It's close, but he is going to get past the 30 to move the chains.
American Force got to watch out here. They got this hurry-up offense. This throws defenses for the loop. Get the defensive call in. Get your linemen set up.
This is where experience comes in, or lack thereof. Same formation. Kasuga. Time in the pocket. Over the top. Catch is made. Krishan Lee again. Well over 100 yards in this game. Krishan Lee.
That's a little better
what a breakout
defense.
Game for him.
It's a little better defense here. A little tighter defense, I should say. But great job at making the tackle. Just want to wrap up. Krishan Lee has great balance. He can get out of anything.
Kasuga. Screened. Brady wrapped up at the 40. He's going nowhere.
Great job
right
there.
At the line of scrimmage.
Great job at swarming right there, getting off the block. And again, point of attack right there. They even made the runner go back into the rest of the defense. Although it was a screen to the short side of the field, in high school, the hash marks are wider, so it makes the short side of the field even more shorter. But, you want to make the runner go back into the defense, and that's what American Fork did right there. Great adjustments right there by American Fork.
And the Chargers are going to be penalized, and they're going to be backed up 10 yards. Back to midfield for the Chargers. Will now face a 1st and 20.
Well, watch this again. The screen pass might come out here again. Might be a tunnel screen here. This is what they missed the first play of the drive to Jerome Miles. They might do it again.
Kasuga looking for Miles deep.
Wow.
Takes a shot.
Wow.
Wide open into the end zone. Touchdown Chargers. Kai Meza, the transfer from Mountain Ridge, into the end zone.
So what? I got a 10-yard penalty. I needed more room to see. Oh, my gosh. Well, I think the corner fell down. When the corner, he was so wide open. He was open at the 35-yard line. Helaman held that ball way longer than he had to. But Mesa was open at the 35-yard line and caught it at the 10-yard line.
The extra point is good by Davis Nelson. So Kai Meza, here's our first look at him. Kasuga just dropping the bucket.
Yeah, it's just easy. I mean, what's great is Kasuga set his feet here, but he was open right here. He was open right there. I don't know what happened to the corner, but
he's about 15 yards too late.
I don't even think it was a juke move. It was a straight skinny post right there. But great drop and bucket. As you said, Helaman Kasuga did the fake, sat his feet, lofted that ball in there. That was his touchdowns have been some of the easiest throws. I don't really have to do anything. Mechanics is right there, just like practice. He throws a great ball. We've known that the last couple years. And but when it's that easy.
And where he looks different. He's bigger this year. He looks like he's matured. He's a little taller. He's a little bigger. He's a little stronger. Back to Kai Meza. He's a junior. Last year he was a sophomore at Mountain Ridge High School. He led Mountain Ridge in receiving, 57 catches, 1,122 yards, and 10 touchdowns. So,
wow.
Corner Canyon, last year they had Take Care, if you remember, who had 111 catches, 1,792 yards, and 16 touchdowns, and you're asking, if you're Corner Canyon, how do we replace that kind of production? Well, you had Jerome Miles, who was injured most of the season last year. He's a 5-star receiver, one of the best in the country. And then you bring in a Kai Meza. You've developed guys like Rashawn Lee and Drew Watcott. You got Blake Ames over there, and they got a sophomore named Diesel Dart, who has an older brother that's a Heisman Trophy candidate. And you're pretty loaded at receiver, even though you lost one of the greatest of all time.
Diesel
Dart.
How about that name?
We may see him tonight.
Are we doing the names this year?
We definitely got to come up with an all-name team.
Yeah, all-name team. Ty, make sure to add Diesel to the all-name team as we start this year.
We need a grease board in the truck to keep track.
Diesel Dart. How about that?
Love it. Okay, Gaisford's going to hand off.
I got tripped
Boy,
up.
that was a gut punch for American Fork Sly. You had a 4th down opportunity to get a stop. You couldn't get it.
You had great defensive plays. You get a penalty.
And felt like you're going to get the ball back with a chance to tie it up, and now you're doubled up again. And 9:18 left to play in the second quarter. That was a tough one. Let's see if they can regroup. They've handled the adversity pretty well so far. This could have got real ugly early, but the Cavemen keep chipping away. Gaisford's done a good job tonight with this offense. Catch is made. Nice tackle. Excellent tackle by Keaton Adamson, the senior defensive back, one of their returning starters over there. Saw a lot of Adamson over the last couple of years.
Freshman missed the block.
Nice stop.
Yeah, it's a stock block here by Chase Taisi. He just missed that, and you miss that, you're going to get your running back blown up, as you can see there. But that was just a missed block on the outside right there by the freshman Chase Taisi. Sorry, I can't read. Taisi.
3rd and 8. Gaisford. Going to let it fly over the middle. Tipped around.
Oh!
Was that caught?
Yeah,
Dylan
Richards.
We got a Play of the Week nominee.
In the right place at the right time.
How about that? Dyson Richards with the catch, the junior tight end. 6'5", 210. He used all of it here.
Great job by Dyson Richards and staying alert and making that happen.
How's that for your first varsity catch?
I'll take it.
So that moves the chains. 1st and 10, Cavemen. Gaisford. Catch is made.
And Miney again.
Miney's having a night. He's already at 5 catches, but we got a flag down. This could be coming back. The Chargers have been the most penalized team so far tonight. Let's see if this hurts the Cavemen instead.
Ineligible man downfield. That sucks.
Another setback for the Cavemen. There's another look.
That's a great pitch and catch. That's what you want. That was a good chunk, but this is definitely going to set you back. 1st and 15 here.
1st and 15 from the 30. Gaisford. Catch is made at the 35. More yards after that, up to the 41. Fighting for more at the 42.
Nice.
43-yard line. So a nice effort again.
2nd down and 3 now.
Miney, they took one away from him, but he gets it right back. His 5th catch of the night.
Yeah, great job by Miney, too. He catches it, gets to the outside, but instead of continuing to go outside where you'll be actually losing ground and going more horizontal, he makes a quick cut in the ground and gets an extra 2 to 3 yards. So great job right there, making it 2nd down and 3.
Gaisford rolls right. Defense is coming for him. He's in trouble. He goes down. Nice effort there on the rush. Deacon Knowles on the blitz. Number 21, a junior, makes the play here.
Yeah, you got to feel this pressure. You got to feel this. Get the ball out. If I'm rolling out, I'm looking to that backside before the snap to see who's coming and who has the possible angle to chase me down. And then you got to feel it.
3rd and 5.
Tried to catch him there again. Good job by Corner Canyon watching the football. Yeah.
We have a timeout for the Cavemen. While we take a timeout, there was some action last night, if we can call that up. Let me know if we have the video from last night. But the season officially kicked off last night between Timpview and Skyridge. Here's the last play of the game. Carson Rasmussen, the quarterback for Timpview, finds Jaron Pula in the end zone. That was the game-winning touchdown as Timpview stunned Skyridge with 6 seconds left to play. Here's another look at it. Timpview trailed this game 29-14 at halftime. They forced 5 second-half turnovers, and they come back and win it 33-29. A great start for Timpview on their brand-new home field. The Thunderbirds are clearly the favorite in 5A. There's a lot of good teams in 5A this year. West is going to be really good. You look at Brighton, Olympus, they're going to be good. You keep going down south, and there's some great teams down there. Orem, West Jordan, but Timpview is clearly the team to beat this year, the defending 5A champs. They continue to roll. Off to a great start in 2024. Picked off! Interception by the Chargers. He's got room to run down the sideline into the end zone. Pick 6. Jackson Evans.
Great read. The ball was in the air too long, but Jackson Evans, they've been flirting with that for a couple plays. You know, in that first quarter, a couple plays here in the second quarter. But Jackson Evans, he's been playing that a few times. And this time he came away with it. Got himself a pick 6 in the first game of the year. Great job by him at reading that. Great footwork by him to backpedal and get over into that passing lane.
We had a flag on the play, so we might have to take an eraser to all that excitement for the Chargers.
Looks like the interception will count, but
or will it? They're putting the ball at the 50-yard line, so the offense stays on the field. The penalty against the Chargers, I did not see the signal. They don't know what the call was specifically. I missed that and all the confusion. But the Cavemen will retain possession. The touchdown, the pick 6 is wiped off the board. And the Chargers have 1st and 10 from midfield.
No, American Fork, the Cavemen. I don't think Corner Canyon knows what's going on.
A lot of confusion out there.
Yeah.
Looks like someone's taking a timeout. Here's another look at the play. It looks like somebody got a hand on him on the football or created some pressure on the quarterback that caused that to kind of hang in the air. And Evans takes it.
Yeah, I mean, the Sticks don't even know what they want to do here. The Sticks are still back while the marker's all the way over here. Yeah, who has the... Did we get a official call from the...
I didn't see the signal from the officials on what the call was.
I'm bewildered.
But it's definitely not going to be a touchdown for Corner Canyon.
Right.
They're going to wipe that off the board. Maybe here's the signal here. A lot of confusion. We'll just roll with it. Beautiful night here for football. You're not going to find another... I said there's plenty of beautiful backdrops here. I'll change my mind. We're going to Bountiful next week. We won't find a better backdrop in high school football than Bountiful. And then we'll go to Brighton.
They finished that construction, too. I just talked to one of the coaches there last week, and they said it is beautiful.
I can't wait to see it.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be nice.
We'll be at Bountiful for Farmington and Bountiful next week, but this is a beautiful setting for football. Love coming here every time we do. Mount Timpanogos in the background. Love it. High school football in Utah. So good. So new life here for the Cavemen.
You take a shot right here.
Why not?
You go for the end zone. Get Dean. I think Dean's out of the game. I haven't seen him since his shoulder injury.
Yeah, he has
not
been
go straight
in.
for the end zone right here.
Gaisford's going to throw it over the middle. Catch is made. Breaks free. Guess who? Miney. Down near the 30, down to the 32-yard line. He's been active tonight. And now we got an injury. Oh, no. I hate to see this. We've got an injured Corner Canyon player. Hope he gets up quickly. Here's another look at the play. Miney is having himself a night. That's the 6th catch of the game. I hate to see this. A Charger player just cannot get up and get off the turf.
Looks like linebacker Mason Wood right there. Looks like he's grabbing his knee. That is not good.
Mason Wood is the injured player. Linebacker. He's a junior, a newcomer for them at the varsity level that they were excited about. Starting his first varsity game tonight.
How about Will
Let's
Miney?
hope it's not big. Yeah, Will Miney's been great tonight.
He's having himself. If he broke that tackle right there, he might have gotten the end zone.
He was close.
But yeah, he's doing himself. Oh, Mason Wood gets up.
That's a good sign.
Walking
Mason
it
Wood
off.
is putting some weight on it. A little ginger, but that's a good sign.
Yeah, it is.
Let's wish him the best and hope he's back out there as soon as possible. Keep walking that off, young man. Let's hope you're okay. These young men work too hard to have a season end game 1. We see it too often. All right, back to the action. 1st and 10. Under 6 minutes to play in the half. Cavemen 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Gaisford over the middle. That's tipped. That was dangerous.
You got a guy wide open in the flat over there. You had Dyson Richards wide open in the flat over there. Could have got a nice, safe 8 to 10 yards. You don't risk it throwing in trouble. Right now, you're actually doing good. You're down 2 scores. You get a score here. You get the ball at halftime. You're actually getting momentum. This is the first game of the year. You guys are playing together, and you have this game. This is a manageable game right here. Take what the defense gives you.
Miney in motion. 2nd and 10. Gaisford steps up in the pocket. Takes a shot to the end zone. Wide open. Catch is made inside the 10. Down to the 8. Cade Wilkinson, his 2nd catch of the game. His first was their touchdown in the first quarter. Great poise in the pocket by Gaisford.
It was. It was almost late, too. Right? Like, it feels like Wilkinson was waiting on that pass. But here in North Air, it's 1st and goal. Let's see if they can punch it in the end zone again.
5:20 left to play in the half. Gaisford going to throw it. Goes to the corner of the end zone again. Too much on it.
You know, we haven't heard Madden Jensen in a little bit. But now...
They've had to throw a little bit more with the deficit, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we haven't heard Madden Jensen. I would be interested to see what they want to call here, because that was a big first down, right? And it's not like 1st and goal from the 5. It's 1st and goal from the 10. And you got to get 10 yards. It's not easy to do down here at this part of the field. So this 2nd down is huge, I think, for this game. This is a big, big 2nd down. What are they going to do right here?
2nd and goal from the 8. Gaisford. Miney in the corner.
That's who you want to throw to.
Open, caught, touchdown, American Fork. What a route by Miney. That's his 7th catch of the game, and it's for a touchdown.
Amazingly run right there. He ran that to perfection. That is a wheel route. A nice out and up. Came from the backfield in the running back position is where he started from. So hopefully he had a mismatch. Whoever his defender was came all the way from the inside and had to guard the wheel route, guard the out route, and guard the up. That is hard to do. Great play call by this offense.
The extra point is good. And once again, the Cavemen fighting through some adversity find a way to stay attached in this game. They only trail by a touchdown. Here's another look.
Great job by Coach Hunsaker right here. This is an excellent play call. You run everybody to the middle of the field, have that outside come wide open. Miney starts his alignment in the backfield almost as an imposter. Run that wheel route, get that mismatch. That defender has to fight through all of that traffic just to get outside. He thinks it's an out route, but it's actually a wheel route right out to the outside. Amazing play call right there by Coach Hunsaker, getting Will Miney into the end zone.
I tell you, I'm buying stock in Will Miney.
Yes, this whole year.
He's so hot right now.
Is that Zoolander quote right there?
That is worked a little Zoolander into the broadcast.
Hanson, he's so hot.
Nice catch. Mighty.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Just promise me, Sly, we won't be dancing with gasoline at some point during this broadcast. We'll abstain from that. That's going to be a touchback.
I don't know, man. If that song comes on, I might get a little happy. What song was that they were singing?
Oh, I forgot. Isn't it some Wham?
Oh, something
I'm pretty
like
sure
that.
it's Wham.
Something like that.
I'm forgetting which tune.
I just know that when I first saw that, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I know they're trying to paint these guys as dumb, but like that's dumber than dumb.
Back to the action. Kasuga over the top, over
Guess
the middle,
who?
wide open, caught! 80 yards! Guess who? Jerome Miles! Welcome to the party, Jerome! His first touchdown of the season.
That's what I wanted them to run the last drive.
80 yards!
When I said they were going to run everybody to the middle and have a one-on-one with Jerome on the outside and just pitch it up, that's what I thought they were going to run. They didn't want 60-yard touchdown. They wanted an 80-yard touchdown.
Unreal. This offense. Sly, why are they able to break free and be so wide open on these plays?
Because they got so much talent across the board, you can't account for anybody. It's what Utah's going to have this year. Utah has so much talent across the board. Who are you going to double team? Who are you going to pay attention to? Right? Krishan Lee's been killing you in this game.
Right. That's
Brighton
fair.
Brady's been killing you in this game. You got play after fake to Brighton Brady. Wilkinson also caught a touchdown over the top of the time. All this time, you haven't even said anything about Jerome Miles. He's the #1 player in the state.
Now he shows us why.
You fall asleep, he gets one-on-one cut. Look at that space.
Yeah.
He's jogging.
That's a tough guard.
No, to say the least, you're being kind right there.
I was doing the radio show before we started, and he walked out for pregame warm-ups, and I pointed to him. I showed the guys, look at that guy. Look at him.
That's a receiver.
That's not a college player. That's a high school player. You see him in person, you're like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like a freak, and then you see the speed, you see the skill. He's got everything.
Oh, yeah.
Was committed to Ole Miss, decommits. And
To Utah? Is he going to Utah?
I think his old quarterback, Isaac Wilson, is working him pretty hard.
Oh, that's right.
To join him up at Utah. If Utah gets Jerome Miles,
good luck, world.
has Utah ever landed a 5-star recruit? Because he is one. I don't think we've had many 5-star recruits in Utah.
Was Lander not 5-star?
Not 5. He was 4.
Isaac was 4 or 5?
He was 4. I mean, I don't
Wow,
run the star system, but
we might not have.
if Utah could land Jerome Miles and make him a hometown hero, that would be a coup for their recruiting efforts, and they've already done really well.
Oh, yeah.
Across the country, not just here in Utah. They just got a commitment from Spanish Fork offensive lineman Aaron Dunn, who is rated the second best player in the state overall as far as recruiting goes. One of the best offensive tackles in the country.
Who's the big brother of the state?
So Utah loading up, and they certainly would love to have Jerome Miles join them. Back to the action. Gaisford hands it off. Cavemen go back to the run.
Madden Jensen.
And Jensen, who's got a lot of work tonight. He's just a junior.
This has been a lot of give and take
Yes.
This week. I know there's a 14-point lead there. American Fork has had some miscues, but they're not out of it. As we said, they get the ball at halftime. If they can drill this clock down, score
you get a touchdown here to end the half, and then you get the ball back to second half, they're still in it.
You're down by 7 with the ball in the second half, so this is not over, folks.
Another run, bounces outside, now cuts it back inside. It's got a first down to the 33-yard line. Now, this game feels a certain way because of the explosive plays for Corner Canyon.
Yeah. Just how easy.
This is a 2-touchdown game.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that turnover by American Fork, that strip sack, by Jacob Nielsen, I think that was huge. It was huge momentum, huge confident boost for this team. They got to get that again in the second half if they want to make this a thing.
Under 4 minutes to play. Gaisford hands it off again. The run game is working for American Fork. There's no rush here. You got plenty of time to run the ball here, and I don't think you want to give Corner Canyon any time if you're able to score here either.
No,
so maybe
absolutely not.
Little strategy there.
You've seen them. They got 3 of their touchdowns. 3 of their 5 touchdowns have been within 17 seconds of their drive.
Jeez.
Right, 17. Probably 8 seconds of their drive on the first play of the drive.
Nice run. Keeps those legs churning. That's number 20. Luke Broadbent, who has a touchdown in this game, a 1-yard dive. That time he shows what he can do in open field. Nice block there by number 70 as well. That was Carson Thorne leading the way. Little offensive lineman love that we love to give here on Game Night Live. Got to give the Hogs some recognition.
Yeah. Well, that was fortunate for American Fork. They had a ball issue, so they were able to get a play in, get the formation set without wasting time on the clock. Will Miney in motion.
Gaisford goes to Miney. Cuts it up. Nice spin move. Gets a few yards. In fact, he gets about 7 before he's taken down in Corner Canyon territory.
What's the price of the stock on Will Miney?
It's going up. It's way up.
I got to check with the wife to see if I got some leftover reserves.
It's too late to buy low. Let me tell you that. It's too late to buy low.
Because I like this kid. He's very dynamic, and you can tell Gaisford really likes him as a favorite target in this offense.
He's recession-proof at this point. Gaisford taking a shot.
Nice.
Open.
Nice.
Caught. Freshman. Touchdown, American Fork. How about that? Cash Ticey.
Can I buy some stock in Gaisford as well?
Now you know why a freshman's starting in this game. Now you know why.
Well, I mean, that was great, but that throw.
That was nice.
Right? That throw was amazing. First of all, Cash wasn't looking. He didn't finish his out and up yet. Gaisford saw it. He saw the defense come down on the out, and he had pressure in his face, lofted it in there, enough for Taisi to come around and make that catch. I like Gaisford as well, man. Okay, American Fork. Okay.
This is a ball game.
This is
a ball game. The Cavemen are hanging with Corner Canyon here. Punch for punch.
It's going to be a 100-point game here?
We're on track. I mean, Corner Canyon's got 2:24 left here. You know that's plenty of time for them to score another couple.
Look, pressure in his face. Cash he didn't even start looking at speed, though. He's got some speed. Yeah, he's got some speed. He's got some speed for sure. Yeah, amazing drive there. Great job by American Fork.
Well, 35-28 with 2:24 left to play here in the first half. This has been fun. What a way to kick off another season of Game Night Live.
Right. Again,
63 points on the board so far.
Corner Canyon only needs 8 seconds to go 80 yards. But with the speed they have. Another good kick.
Corner Canyon has touchdowns of 75, 80, and 80 yards.
Oh, my goodness. That's just impressive, right? 4 plays, 3 touchdowns to start the game. Even with the turnover they've had, they just offensively seem extremely in control.
What can they do here?
Fork does to
Kasuga, handoff. Brighton Brady tries to cut it up, taken down, about a 5-6 yard gain.
But good job by the defense, right? They were out leveraged at the point, but at the point of attack, they forced Brighton Brady to go back into the defense so they can make the tackle. I know it was a 6-yard gain, but that's what happened on the first play of the game where they did make that happen, and Brighton Brady was up the sideline in 0.25 seconds.
Kasuga outside,
wow.
Wide open. Catch is made.
Krishan Lee.
Krishan Lee is having a monster night. He's approaching 200 yards receiving.
Oh, my goodness. In the first half. Great throw. Allow him to turn up. And
he had 100 in the first quarter.
On 2 catches.
On 2 catches. Kasuga, time in the pocket, over the middle, wide open again, catch is made. Guess who?
Krishan Lee.
This kid is having a breakout performance tonight.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, for
sure. We saw some action last year, but...
No, we saw him. When we went to that practice, I'm just like, who is this guy? He is so shifty in the slot. But, you had Tate Care on that team. You had Bo Tate. You had so many weapons on that.
Brady into the end zone with another touchdown, his second of the game. And the Chargers take 1 minute to answer the Cavemen touchdown.
4 plays, 1 minute, 80 yards.
Wow.
They don't need much time. They do not need much time.
We are 1 extra point away from a 70-point first half combined.
This is insane.
The Chargers still have a minute 22, or the Cavemen have a minute 22.
They haven't done anything quickly.
Right.
So there's that.
Extra point is good. Davis Nelson good again. Another look at this. Just that offensive line. Look at the hole. Not even touched. I got to give a shout out to the offensive line. As I said, we give a lot of offensive line love here on Game Night Live. Zion Finau, the guard, the senior. Paxton Nagel, the offensive tackle. Caden Williams at guard. Naimana Filivalele is the center. And then Eason Tafa Jr. is your other offensive tackle. They return all of their starters on the offensive line. We talked about that last year.
Except Ike Garcia.
Okay, sorry. Ike Garcia, he did graduate. But I should say all 5 of these guys started games last year.
Yes. They got significant time to where their experience should not be in question this year. And you can see why. They get on blocks, they get angles, they allow Brighton Brady to get to the second and third level. And honestly, when you see Brighton Brady on the second and third level, guys are just jumping at his feet because they're scared of what he can do. He gives you that Christian McCaffrey, Marshall Faulk, real shiftiness in the open field to where it's making you not trust yourself as a defensive player. And you can just see guys just diving at his feet, and he becomes untouched in the field of play.
Will Chandler also on that offensive line. It's just stacked. Jackson West. They just got so much talent in that room on the offensive line, and they show you there. And then you send guys to Utah like Ike Garcia, who's in the mix for some rotation time for the Utes this year. Catch is made for the Cavemen. Let's see how aggressive they get here.
Timeout. Clock keeps. Stop the clock. Great catch right there. I hope this isn't a long minute and 15 seconds because I know this is going to be a very exciting second half. But sometimes it's very hard to end a half.
Yeah. We might be here for a while, Sly. We got 70 points in the first half. No idea what we have in store for the second half. American Fork continues to stay attached. They've been able to respond. And again, even if they don't score on this drive, Sly, they've got the ball first to start the second half, and so they can again make it just a 7-point deficit with a score to open the second half if they can't execute and score here. We'll see. Wildly entertaining game if you're just joining us. Yeah, that's right. The score is not a typo. 42-28 here in the first half. They're going to go run. Man, he's been good this half. Madden Jensen racking up the yards. I think he's approaching 100 yards.
I like him. He's got tough yards. Great decisions. Not doing a lot of juking and shifting around. He's going downhill, making one cut and go, wrapping up the football over the middle. That's what I really love. He's making things happen for this American Fork offense. Another great carry right there. One cut and go. Although this isn't the drive where you want to run the ball a lot, but you also don't want to turn over before half. You want to grab some momentum here.
They look content, Sly, to just run up the
clock.
Yeah,
which is, it's not a bad thing to do. Don't let anybody tell you different.
You don't want to do anything dumb here to give Corner Kane another shot. Again, like I said, you run out the clock here, you get the ball first to start the second half, a touchdown on your first drive. You're still attached. You're still only down a touchdown. And I think that's the strategy they'll take.
Yeah, you want some momentum, some good things going. You know you can run the football. This is a speech you can give your offensive line and offense in at halftime. You're like, we can go. We can do this. We can get this done. You guys have shown that you can. One last play or no?
They're just going to let it go out.
Yeah. That's what I would be telling my team. I was like, you guys believe you can score? Well, go out and do it.
Yeah.
Right? You think you can run the ball? Go out and do it. That's what I would be telling my team at halftime. So this game is not out of reach. 2-score game. Great first half by Corner Canyon. Pretty good first half by American Fork. It's going to be an exciting finish.
At halftime, the Corner Canyon Chargers lead the American Fork Cavemen 42-28. 70 combined points in the first half. I cannot wait to find out what we're going to see here in the second half. A spectacular first half to kick off a new season of Game Night Live. Let's head to the end zone right now for our UCCU Scholarship program. KSL Sports is streaming tonight's game on the KSL Sports app. That's a beautiful check, by the way. The KSL Plus app and KSLSports.com. As a part of the broadcast, Utah Community Credit Union is proud to present a scholarship to an amazing student from each school KSL is visiting this year, and this week's winner is Claire O'Cam from American Fork. Claire's peers and teachers say that she's one of the friendliest students at American Fork, and you can tell with that beautiful smile, she has a smile for everyone. Claire loves to help and serve others. Last year, she was one of the front office aides who helped the secretaries with so many different tasks. Claire's also a part of our amazing marching band here at American Fork. She spent countless hours practicing with the color guard, getting ready for competition. Congratulations to Claire O'Cam, and thanks to Utah Community Credit Union for their support of local high school athletes. UCCU, love where you bank. I'm banking on another exciting half here of football when we come back. 42-28. What an electric start to our Game Night Live season. Beautiful setting here for high school football. We'll take a break here at halftime. Be right back with second half action. You're watching Game Night Live on the KSL Plus app, KSL Sports app, and KSLSports.com.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there. They're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at bergbrothers.com.
We'll start in the Big 12, where the Utah Utes have found a new home after a successful run in the Pac-12, which included back-to-back championships. The Utes hope to continue their winning ways in a new power conference. And that is exactly what is expected to happen, at least in year one. According to the media, the Utes are picked to win the Big 12 championship. They received 21st place votes. The Kansas State Wildcats were close behind with 19. Oklahoma State, Kansas, and Arizona round out the top 5.
I'm as excited and enthused about the season as I've ever been. A lot of that is the excitement about going into a new conference, the new challenge, the new opportunity.
The competitive fire still burns for Kyle Whittingham as he enters his 20th season as Utah football's head coach. It was announced publicly this summer that defensive coordinator Morgan Scalley has been given the title head coach in waiting. Scalley will take over the program whenever Whittingham decides to hang up the whistle. Well, it's not today. Kyle's as energized as ever, and who could blame him with that roster he has coming back this season? So many talented and experienced players running it back. A chance to win the Big 12 in their first season in the conference, and the first ever 12-team playoff is on the way. It's all on the table for the Utes this season if they handle business.
First of all, changing conferences presents new challenges, new opportunities, and so that's in a way like getting a new job, and so it's energizing in that respect.
It gets us going before every single game, the little sayings that he has, but it feels good, and for him to say that, it honestly gets me fired up too. But no, I'm just ready. It's been a long time coming, and I'm just excited to get going and get on the field.
He doesn't change. He's always going to be the same guy, making sure that everybody's getting fired up, having good body language, doing everything we possibly can to get better that week and that day, really. So just having him makes a world of change. He's the reason why we're so tough, because he is tough himself, and he's also smart, so that kind of just rubs off on us and makes us just that much better.
That's our leader. That's the guy we look up to, and for him to have that, after last year wasn't our best year, and I'm glad he feels that way, because we all feel that way. So it's great. So we're hoping for a special season.
There's so much, and there's so many of us players that this is our last go, right? And so we're just as hungry. So to hear our head coach say that when the normal man might be a little burnt out, he's ready to go, so that fires us up.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit.
Now, BYU seeking motivation during fall camp. This will provide the fuel. The Cougars picked to finish 13th in the new 16-team Big 12, picked behind Colorado and Baylor, but ahead of Cincinnati, Houston, and Arizona State. BYU finished tied for 11th in the 14-team Big 12 last season.
I compare it to being a father for the first time. And before we had kids, we had all these opinions on how you should raise your children, things like that. And then when we had our own child, it was like, man, we didn't know anything. We just had to go through that experience. And so it's hard to get everyone ready for that. You just have to go through it.
Never in my life have I related more to what Coach Kalani Sitake experienced last season. Nothing can prepare you for your first child more than just experiencing it day by day, right? It's a great analogy. When kid number 2 comes along, you feel like, okay, we got this now. But then, of course, the child has a problem that the kid number 1 didn't have. Well, you're still learning, right? Kind of feels like that will be year 2 for BYU in the Big 12. We will see. Kalani and the Cougars hope to grow up a lot faster. They will be more experienced and better equipped for year 2 in the Big 12. But no doubt there will be still some growing pains. BYU had just 2 conference wins all last season. As bad as that sounds, it will only take one more win for BYU to become bowl eligible this season if they win those non-conference games. It's a goal the Cougars have, and they're confident they can achieve it.
And so going into this year, knowing what we're getting ourselves into and expecting, I think we're a lot more prepared, and we have some vets coming back. We've played together now, and I think it'll show on the field when we bring it all together.
Each game was super close. We did get blown out a couple of times, but
I think we're so close. We're right there. And just if we just keep being consistent with our season this year, I think it'll turn out good.
Understanding the level of competition that we're going to face week in and week out, right? And the toll that it's going to take on our team, you know, the potential injuries that it'll have and the impact those will have. And then, you know, at the end of the day, the challenge of executing against more skilled, you know, players, again, week in and week out.
After our last meeting before the year ended, we knew, like, that's not something we want to do. You don't want to go home in November. You want to be able to play games in December, January, and things like that. So we know that that's not a good feeling that we had last year.
Now that we've gone through it, I think there's been a definite learning process that's taken place. Now the guys know what to expect. They know what to compare it to. They know what to prep for. And there's just been a sense of urgency already that's taken place. So it's already moving in the direction that we wanted to. There's some things that didn't work out in our favor last year, but it's okay. I think we highlight and praise the things that we did well, and then improve on the things that we can improve on.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
To imagine what members of the Utah State football program are going through right now. They're mourning the tragic death of transfer defensive back Andre Selden Jr. And that was after all the drama surrounding the firing of head coach Blake Anderson and several other members of the Utah State Athletic Department. Just weeks before the season begins. With Anderson out, the school turns to interim head coach Nate Dreiling. 6 months ago, he'd just been hired by Anderson to be the Aggies' new defensive coordinator. He and his wife and their 3 kids packed up and moved from Las Cruces, New Mexico, and relocated to Logan, Utah. He barely had one spring to install his defense and sell the players on his system. Now he has to get them to buy all in, all over again, as the 33-year-old has been thrust into head coaching duties.
It was definitely a shock. You know, I think it was surprising to all of us. None of us saw it coming.
I mean, our relationship that we've built together is unmatchable. So, I mean, it was shocking for sure.
It's been a whirlwind of emotion, not just for me, but for all the players, right? But one thing I can say about it is that looking and finally meeting with my players Monday morning, the resiliency that this group has, that's what we talked about. Like, you know, circumstances, they don't define you, but they do reveal you. So we're going to use this moment to come together, right? Have a chip on our shoulder and come out swinging.
I've only known him for a couple months, but the time that I've got to know him, he's a great coach, players coach for sure. He really cares about us.
Without a doubt, his main focus is making sure that us players are in the right position to be successful. And he's got a very successful track record as a defensive coordinator. And I'm excited to see what our team achieves this year.
The Aggies were picked by the media to finish 7th in the Mountain West this season. With all that's gone on over the past 2 or 3 weeks, it'll be an uphill battle to finish better than that. But this Aggies roster has the talent to do it.
This is a very talented team, right? And our goals are exactly what they should be. You come to Utah State to win a conference championship. So that's what we're going to continue to work for, right? And if we do tweak something, it's going to be for the betterment of the team.
The best players are the ones with their backs against the wall. I mean, unfortunately, we have our backs against the wall right now. But, I mean, we're going to come out and we're going to surprise a lot of people. And I'm just excited to see it. So
there's more of a need now than ever for player-led player leadership. I mean, time will tell what we're capable of. I think our goal and our expectation should be to win a Mountain West championship. All we have control over is our preparation, and I think with our talent, if we prepare the right way and go about our business, the sky's the limit.
Life is hard. Exercise is medicine. The more you move, the more you smile. At Salt Lake Running Company, we know you've got this. Locally owned, locally operated since 1995, SLRC offers free custom shoe fittings, rewards, training groups, races, free events, seminars, and clinics. Visit us in store or online at slrc.com.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there, they're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
We'll start in the Big 12, where the Utah Utes have found a new home after a successful run in the Pac-12, which included back-to-back championships. The Utes hope to continue their winning ways in a new power conference. And that is exactly what is expected to happen, at least in year one. According to the media, the Utes are picked to win the Big 12 championship. They received 21st place votes. The Kansas State Wildcats were close behind with 19. Oklahoma State, Kansas, and Arizona round out the top 5.
I'm as excited and enthused about the season as I've ever been. A lot of that is the excitement about going into a new conference, the new challenge, the new opportunity.
The competitive fire still burns for Kyle Whittingham as he enters his 20th season as Utah football's head coach. It was announced publicly this summer that defensive coordinator Morgan Scalley has been given the title head coach in waiting. Scalley will take over the program whenever Whittingham decides to hang up the whistle. Well, it's not today. Kyle's as energized as ever, and who could blame him with that roster he has coming back this season? So many talented and experienced players running it back. A chance to win the Big 12 in their first season in the conference, and the first ever 12-team playoff is on the way. It's all on the table for the Utes this season if they handle business.
First of all, changing conferences presents new challenges, new opportunities, and so that's in a way like getting a new job, and so it's energizing in that respect.
It gets us going before every single game, the little sayings that he has, but it feels good, and for him to say that, honestly gets me fired up too. But no, I'm just ready. It's been a long time coming, and I'm just excited to get going and get on the field.
He doesn't change. He's always going to be the same guy, making sure that everybody's getting fired up, having good body language, doing everything we possibly can to get better that week and that day, really. So just having him makes a world of change. He's the reason why we're so tough, because he is tough himself, and he's also smart, so that kind of just rubs off on us and makes us just that much better.
That's our leader. That's the guy we look up to, and for him to have that, after last year wasn't our best year, and I'm glad he feels that way, because we all feel that way. So it's great. So we're hoping for a special season.
There's so much, and there's so many of us players that this is our last goal, right? And so we're just as hungry. So to hear our head coach say that when the normal man might be a little burnt out, he's ready to go, so that fires us up.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit.
Now, BYU seeking motivation during fall camp. This will provide the fuel. The Cougars picked to finish 13th in the new 16-team Big 12, picked behind Colorado and Baylor, but ahead of Cincinnati, Houston, and Arizona State. BYU finished tied for 11th in the 14-team Big 12 last season.
I compare it to being a father for the first time. And before we had kids, we had all these opinions on how you should raise your children, things like that.
Welcome back to American Fork High School. A beautiful view here. The foothills of the Wasatch Front, right below Mount Timpanogos. American Fork and Corner Canyon. What an electric first half. 42-28. The Corner Canyon Chargers lead the American Fork Cavemen, but American Fork will receive the ball first, Sly. So what are you looking for here in the second half? We saw some wild stuff there in the first half. I expect more fireworks in the second.
Yeah, I think it's got to be very strategic for American Fork.
Yeah.
Let's start with the ball here in the first half. What worked for you, right? Because what you want to do is you want to keep the ball out of a Corner Canyon's offense's hands, because they are just electric. They can score at the drop of a dime. They have weapons across the board. You don't know who to account for, because Helaman Kasuga has weapons galore. I think even on his bench, he can pull people out. So keep the ball out of Corner Canyon's offense's hands and do what you do. I think Matt Jensen is doing an amazing job running the football. He is wearing that defense down, pound, ground and pound game. Right, you ground and pound, and then you hit him over the top. You hit him with the play action. Corner Canyon's getting aggressive. You used your hard count and got them to jump off sides 3 to 4 times in that first half. That's going to come into play here in the second half, and so I absolutely love it if American Fork can do that. Ride Jensen here in the second half. He will set you up. You're down 14. The game's not totally out of reach. As I said, you start with the ball here. If you can get another turnover on defense as you did in that first half, that'll be huge to solidify this game. But American Fork definitely has to be proud of what they've been able to do, because how much talent that left this team last year.
Oh, yeah.
And what they're being able to show here, absolutely love Gaysford. He's making great decisions with the football. He throws a really good football. But Will Miney, get this man the football.
Yep.
Buy stock in Will Miney. He's getting it done. So I think you ride on those wheels. Jensen and Miney in the second half, they'll take you home.
And for Corner Canyon, as good as advertised. There's so many weapons on this team. So many guys that can do it. Krishawn Lee's been big tonight. We came in thinking, Jerome Miles is going to have a massive game. He did have an 80-yard touchdown catch.
One target, 80-yard touchdown. You can make that happen.
Krishawn Lee has been able to benefit because there's so many weapons. And so it's him tonight. Next week it might be a Drew Watcott. Who knows who it's going to be. But Corner Canyon just has so many great players on this team. So many weapons. So American Fork will get the ball first. While we wait for kickoff here, which should be any moment now, let's throw out some scores around the state, the 6A scoreboard. In this game, we had 70 points in the first half, and Corner Canyon leads American Fork 42-28. In other action around the state in 6A, Mountain Ridge leads Fremont 20-6 on the road. Weber, also on the road, leads Westlake 17-10 at halftime. Orem up 28-6 at Pleasant Grove at half. Westfield making their school debut at Layton, up 17-6 against the Lancers. Lehigh leads Davis 21-7. That's the last score we got from the second quarter. At halftime, Lone Peak has a 7-point lead on the road against Bingham. Riverton leads 13-7 over Syracuse right now. That game late in the third quarter. Copper Hills with a 28-7 lead over Clearfield. Bountiful leads Harriman 13-9, and Roy up 28-0 at Farmington. That's early in the second quarter. The Roy Royals in 5A are going to be really, really good. Farmington still looking down a bit. That's now 28-7. Roy with the lead over Farmington. All right, back to the action here. That's what's going on around the state. We get back to American Fork, and the Cavemen will get the ball at their own 20 to start the second half. And as we mentioned, Sly, a nice long sustained drive by American Fork here would be ideal for them. It would keep them attached. So this is a huge possession for their offense. Gaysford taking a shot.
Great shot.
Caught!
By
what
the
a
freshman.
catch! This young man is impressing. Cash Taisi.
I love it. Again, Gaysford. Ball placement. Great. You get the defender. He's not looking at you. Look at this throw. Good mechanics. Great throw coming out of the half. Get Cash Taisi rolling. I love it. I love the throw. You're getting one-on-one outside. That's beautiful. Cash Taisi looks like he has the speed. If he gets one-on-one coverage, you'll take him. But I would run the football right here with Jensen. Yep, give him the football just like that.
Up the middle, gets a couple
3 yards. 3 yards. He was getting 5-yard chunks in that first half. You keep him going. Wear that Corner Canyon defense down. That even if you get 2 yards, even if you get 3 yards, you got to keep that defense honest.
That play before, the catch by Cash Taisi, the freshman, against a senior safety, Keaton Adamson. So you had a freshman on a senior, and the freshman got the best of it. Give that young man some credit. He had some drops earlier in the game, probably some first-game jitters, but he has bounced back in a big way. 2nd and 7. We got a flag. Looks like offsides. This is going to help the Cavemen.
Yeah, why not?
This is the third offside penalty for Corner Canyon in this game.
That wasn't even a hard count.
Right. So that will be some film material for the defensive coordinator. They'll work on that this week.
Definitely going against IMG.
Yeah.
IMG is going to explode.
You can't
that
give them any easy yards. 2nd and 2. Another run, 1st down and more. Nice hard run.
Picks up the 1st down. This is take a shot territory is what we call it right here. You get first or 2nd down here at your opponent's 45-yard line. You take a shot at the end zone. You run a triple seam. You see you got one-on-one coverage on the outside. You check to a streak on the outside. If you're a talented offense and you got weapons on the outside. One, I like Miney. I would run trips to the left and run him on another wheel route or switch route on the outside. Get him to that pylon out there, pylon route, corner route, whatever you want to do. And I'd run a one-on-one go route out here on the outside with Cash Taisi. And just take your pick, Gaisford. Which one do you want? Which looks the best? Which do you have time? Is Corner Canyon sending a blitz? If they send in a blitz, you got to throw it to the streak route. If they're not, you got time. Let the wheel route set up and do that on the open side. So he's got options, but this is take your shot territory where you go at the end zone, but you have to make sure the ball is only where the receiver can get it, or it's going to go out of bounds incomplete. The defender can't intercept this football.
When you start high school football season in mid-August, it is Cramps season. And Cramps just took out a defensive player. Yeah, where is the pickle juice?
I still haven't gotten that going.
Missed opportunity.
Was it 4 years in a row now?
Been longer than that.
Jeez.
Gaisford takes that shot over the
That's
top.
PI.
There's a lot of contact there. Easy call.
Yeah, that's PI. That's
Give
what
the
you do.
freshman credit. He's earning some respect tonight.
That's what you do. That's exactly what you do. When you take a shot right there, you get the defense worried. They don't know where it's at. They make contact while the ball is in the air. That is pass interference. Great job by the American 14. You take that shot. That's exactly. You had one-on-one on the outside. You do that, but you place the ball only where the receiver can get it, or it goes out of bounds, just like they did right there. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Run the football. Or 30-yard line, excuse me. Run the football. I didn't know. Is that spot fouls in high school? I didn't know that. That's nice. That's a 20-yard penalty right there.
1st and 10 from the 30. Low snap. Gaisford handles it. Pressure comes. He's going down. Corner Canyon with the sack.
If he had time.
Jaden Pierce gets to the quarterback.
Oh.
Big loss for the Cavemen.
It was. That's why I would have ran the football. That's a 6-yard sack right there. He had Will Miney going on a 7 route to this right end zone.
Those are drive killers.
They are.
2nd and 16. Now we got
false start.
Got a false start that's going to back them up even more. So this is a crucial drive.
Yeah.
American Fork drives all the way down to the 30, and then they shoot themselves in the foot back-to-back plays. That's tough.
Well, that's huge. I mean, all you can do right here now on 2nd down and long is run a screenplay or run the ball up the middle. I mean, if you're feeling risky, you can run a triple seam because it looks like Corner Canyon's playing everybody up around the line of scrimmage.
Second and 21. Gaisford's going to throw. He's in the pocket.
Oh,
Takes
yeah.
It. They got to the quarterback again. Is that a loop? Are they calling that a fumble?
Yeah, that's far ref is. Recovered by Corner Canyon.
I've seen no indication of a call.
It looks like the ref is calling incomplete, but the field
looked
judge.
like the arm was coming forward to me.
The field judge is calling a fumble.
A lot going on here. Let's see who got to the quarterback.
Yeah, refs called it an incomplete. Yeah, they're going to call it tuck rule, baby. Tom Brady still lives. Yeah, but as a defender, I'd be pissed. But, yeah, they're calling an incomplete pass right here. Now 3rd and long. Now just do a screen pass right here and then do a pooch punt and hope to pin.
Maybe you go that screen and then you got to go for it on 4th with a little bit more manageable situation. But not a lot of options right here for American Fork. They've got trips right, receiver to the left. 4 receivers. Gaisford
pressure
in
coming.
The pocket. Pressure comes. Throws. Caught.
4th
Back
and
to
9.
the original line of scrimmage is at the 30.
Nice.
That sets up a 4th and 10.
Oh, no, they took a yard away from him. Okay. Great way to step up. Watch him step up in this pocket. Pressure coming off the edge. Good throw. Great
Catch
job
is made by Cade Wilkinson. So here we go, 4th and 10.
You got one-on-one with the freshman downtown here.
Huge play in this game. AF needs a conversion badly. To the end zone, over the top.
Oh, did he hit the ground?
Touchdown, American Fork. Cade Wilkinson, his 2nd of the game. What a catch. What a throw.
Did that ball hit the ground?
4th and 10 from the 30. The game on the line for them, and they get the score. And just like that, they're an extra point away from being just down 7. This game.
These unsung heroes, I love them. Spread the ball around. You're getting big plays from the freshmen. Big plays from your guys.
Extra point is good. We got a 7-point game with 9 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. I got to see this again.
Let's see here. Great throw by Gaisford, right on the money.
What a catch.
Oh, did he?
That was great coverage.
Did he trap that? Doesn't matter.
Can
You
we
can't
see it
replay
again?
it.
Here's another angle.
I wonder if the ball hit the ground.
No,
he got his hand under it.
He caught that.
He caught that. Great
What
job
a
by
catch.
all hands.
By Cade Wilkinson.
How about that? That's a play of the week right there.
That is a play of the week nominee.
4th down.
Mark that, Matt.
All
Lane.
hands.
Marked it in the studio.
It's rare where you see all hands nowadays.
Yeah, he caught that with his hands, his fingers.
Great catch.
How about Gaisford, Sly? He's really showed tonight his first varsity start, and he's showing us something.
Oh, yeah, man. I've been impressed with him all night. His decision-making, that one close interception, pick 6, that
got called back.
Fortunately did get called, but his throws have been on point, and you're getting into a slugfest with a powerhouse in Corner Canyon. Year in, year out, these guys put up points, they put up numbers, and you're in a slugfest, and you're in this. Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
they're going to squib kick.
Nice.
Great job by the Corner Canyon hands team there. I don't think they had the hands team out, but that is a huge special teams play by Corner Canyon.
Well, that sucks. You can't do that in the NFL anymore.
Right. Those days are over in the NFL.
But that was when I would have did it.
I like the aggressiveness by American Fork. It didn't pay off.
It sucks that you give them a short field.
Well, they've been fine with long fields too, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe they want to give them a short field. Kasuga, play stops. What do we got?
Offsides.
Offsides.
That's a good offsides. Now you know what they want to do. That was going to be a screen. It's going to be a screen to Brighton Brady, and he was going to be off to the races here on this short side of field.
Well, it puts
hopefully
the Chargers right at midfield.
Hopefully the coaches saw that and said, you got to beware, because Coach Care don't care, and he will run it again.
Yep. Here we go. Kasuga and Brady in the Chargers' backfield. Boy, this has been a fun start to our Game Night Live season. This has been great. Brady on the run. A lot of room to run.
Speed.
There goes Brady. He's got wheels.
Speed defense.
No chance. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Brighton Brady. His 3rd of the game.
Speed defense. Wow.
Have they had a touchdown drive longer than 1 minute? I don't think they have. This offense is electric.
That's a simple handoff. Yeah, I mean, when he gets an open field, good luck.
It's tough.
You might as well have said touchdown when he was at the 47-yard line.
Hand off to Brighton Brady. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown.
He's still got 50 yards to run, but we're pretty sure it's a touchdown. What a night for Corner Canyon's offense.
This guy's speed is insane.
49-35. Here's another look.
Look at this, untouched.
Offensive line. Look at the hole.
Look at that. Look at, he's running people out of their technique. That's talent, folks. This speed
look
is.
Look at this offensive line go to work.
And that right there.
That's when you have an athletic offensive line with that much strength and size.
Can get out in space.
It's tough. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How many high school teams can pull a guard that's 275 pounds?
Rumbling, bumbling, dancing bears.
It just feels like it's not fair. I mean, 275, I'm probably being conservative there.
Yeah.
This front for Corner Canyon's big. American Fork's matching it, but you got the athleticism, size, and strength, the combination of the three for Corner Canyon's offensive line. With the experience they have, I don't think they get enough credit for how good this offense is. They've been great tonight.
They're coached extremely well. Okay, short kick.
AF with a return. Wilkinson still going. Out past the 25, down to the 28-yard line.
So, bright side, if they would have kicked it into the end zone, that could have been an 80-yard touchdown, but it was only a 50-yard touchdown this time.
Right.
So,
One of the few touchdowns under 75 yards tonight. Can you believe that?
That's insane. Insane.
It has been something.
Really excited to see that matchup next week against IMG and see what they can do. Because they do have weapons, and I want to see what that's like. I want to see what their chemistry is like this early in the season with Helaman Katsuga.
Can't get outside a team effort on defense. Oh, we got more cramps.
Luke Broadbent on the pitch. Didn't go anywhere. I don't know, man. Corner Canyon, they're not the tallest, but they look fast. So running outside plays like that may not be where you want to go. The success that I've seen from American Fork running football has been right up the gut. I would continue with that. Motion by Miney.
Gaisford gets hit as he throws. Not much there. It is complete. Broadbent again.
Lost the yard.
Yeah. You just wonder how much longer American Fork can keep up with Corner Canyon.
This is where Corner Canyon puts on the gas.
Yeah.
They throw gasoline on the fire right here. They make a couple plays on defense. If they can get 3 and out right here, this is when Coach Kerr just... Oh, nice.
Nice throw by Gaisford.
Incomplete.
Could not finish the catch.
It was a good pitch and catch right there. But 3 and out by this defense, exactly what you want. Ball was a little low. Actually,
Miney just couldn't come up with it.
He was on target.
Yep.
He fitted in there in traffic. It's not easy to do. But made that happen, just unable to come up with it. It would have been short of the first down, but a lot closer than 14 yards.
So AF has to punt. Drew Watcott back for this punt. He fields it. He's got room to run. He's got a block. Tries to get to the outside, but a great special teams play. Will stop him in his tracks. So with 7:22 to play in the third quarter, the Chargers offense is back on the field.
This is Jerome Miles' area right here. You're going to see Krishan Lee. He's going to pierce the middle of the field with these safeties right here, and you're going to get Jerome Miles one-on-one on the outside.
Kasuga.
Oh, yeah. Go
in the
for
pocket. Catch is made. Tackle's made.
Brighton Brady with the catch.
So Kasuga with the check down.
Let's see, is this going to be a drive over or under 1 minute? Clock's ticking.
Kasuga. Catch, plenty of room.
He's a big body.
Jerome Miles.
It's a
his
big
second
body.
catch of the game. He looks like a college player playing with
yeah.
high school kids.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, look at that. That's. You don't see many wide receivers in Utah that have that combination of size, strength, and speed.
Just do it with ease.
5-star wide receiver, Jerome Miles. Kasuga, quick hitter.
Great
Kaimez
tackle.
with the catch. Nice tackle. Wrapped up quickly.
Another good one there.
Justin Borges, one of their returning starters.
He had the tackle on
tackle.
special teams and the tackle there. It's a solid, good technique, good follow through. Put that on teach tape. Great job.
I think this is the longest drive of the game so far for Corner Canyon. 2nd and 10. Kasuga. Plenty of time. Wide open. Catch is made. Krishawn Lee again inside the 30. First down. I think if he's not over 200 yards, he's close on the night.
Yeah. This is great. I really love the yak.
Yeah.
On this team. Krishawn Lee is great at it, especially in this football game, from his first touchdown to his second touchdown. But when he touches football, he's very dangerous after the catch.
Kasuga hands it off. Brady keeps those legs running inside the 20 down to the 13-yard line.
Swinging that ball. If I was a defender, I'd come around the corner and just punch. A turnover right here for American Fork would be huge.
They have one already
yes.
on the strip sack. They need one desperately here. That would really help them out, as the Chargers are on the verge of pulling away here. Brady again, up the middle. AF gets the tackle. Still an excellent run. Gets about 6 or 7 yards on that first down carry.
Knocking on the door, but as you said, this is the longest drive, and this is just over 2 minutes.
The Chargers taking their time on this drive.
Yeah, they never take this long to get a play in. Well, Coach Care's not used to scoring points from inside the 10, so he's like, what do I do?
We don't have a play for an 80-yard gain. What do we do? Kasuga's in trouble. Gets out of the pocket, shows off his legs, into the end zone. Incomplete. Looking for Jerome Miles in the back of the end zone. So AF put some pressure on there on Kasuga. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Chargers taking their time. 5 receiver set. Kasuga. Jerome Miles caught inside the 5 down to the 4, right near the marker. I think he's got the first down. Maybe slightly short. He's barely short. It's going to be 4th down.
Do you think Coach Care kicks field goals? I don't think I've seen it in the years.
They kick extra points, but I haven't seen the field goals.
Yeah.
Not with this offense. Kasuga keeps it. Oh, boy, American Fork might have done it.
Yeah.
AF's got to stop.
Yeah.
They did it. How about this team?
That's a big juice play.
Every time you think Corner Canyon is going to blow this game open, they make something happen positive. And here they get a 4th down stop in the red zone.
Yeah, that wasn't just a regular stop. That was huge. That was taking all of that drive from Corner Canyon, and you stopping them right at the goal line. Great job by the D tackles. Oh my gosh. Great job by the D tackles right there. Jabaya Na'a. That was an amazing job. He two-gapped that guard, got off of that, and made the play for a 1-yard loss and saved that drive. Give the drive back to American Fork. Still down by 14. You can make this happen.
American Fork takes over on their own 6-yard line.
Again, this is Corner Canyon's a little aggressive. You can hard count, and then play action. Take a shot up top because you're going to get one-on-one coverage. You've shown that you have dynamic guys in Will Miney and the freshman Cash. You can get one-on-one coverage and make a shot, at very most get a pass interference penalty, get a chunk yards out of that. But, like, if you can break this open, that would be huge. As I said, they are quick on the edges.
Yeah,
I don't
they got
know
a lot
about
of
that.
speed. Corner Canyon
I don't know about that.
makes up for the lack of size with a lot of speed. That
Right.
defense is fast.
Yeah, unless you're doing triple cracks on the DN linebacker and even the crack replace, I don't like outside runs against the Corner Canyon defense. I would catch them being aggressive, which you have been with the hard counts, and then you play action when they think you're going to run it. Now you got 3rd down and 12. This is not where you want to be.
Gaisford going to take a shot over the middle.
Nice.
Into traffic.
Oh, great defense right there.
Incomplete.
Way to get a hand in there.
Well, they did a great job. Keaton Adamson in there.
Yeah,
They attacked the safeties here, and they were up for it.
Yeah, I mean, it was open. Wilkinson had the edge, but great job by Adamson and getting his arm in right over the top and knocking that ball out right in the break basket. Great corner play right there by Adamson.
So American Fork will have to punt.
Great kick, little
Decent
high.
punt. Walcott signals for a fair catch and does so right at the 40-yard line. So the Chargers will begin this drive in American Fork territory.
Well, I mean, look at this, right? You did the turnover on downs. You did a good 3-and-out by your defense, and you're in great starting position here. 40-yard field. You got weapons across the board that you can throw to, from Meza to Walcott.
Kasuga takes a shot on the side. Open touchdown!
Guess who?
Krishan Lee for the 3rd time tonight.
Wow. I don't think he has 200 yards. Come on now.
You think he's got close to 3?
He's got 250. I know he's got 250, man.
Krishan Lee with a breakout game.
That was a 40-yard play right there.
Unbelievable. What a night for this Corner Canyon offense. And Krishan Lee is into the end zone for the 3rd time. Kasuga, I believe that's 5 touchdown passes tonight.
Oh, my gosh. Well,
Brighton Brady with 2 touchdown runs.
great audition. Yeah. It's hard. As I said, you do not want to give this Corner Canyon offense the football. And that's exactly what the American Fork has done this second half. They've given them the football. They've taken time. They are getting their all-stars in Krishan Lee, Jerome Miles, Brighton Brady, Drew Walker. They're getting these guys the football. And they look unstoppable. I wouldn't even say virtually. They are unstoppable. This team is electric. And that's what's so hard about the defensive side of the ball. It's like, who do I pay attention to? Do I pay attention to the 5-star #1 recruit in the state? Or do I go to the fast guy in the slot? Or do I pay attention to Drew Walcott? Or do I got to pay attention to Christian McCaffrey, a.k.a. Brighton Brady, out of the backfield. How did I say AKA in reverse? Like, where do the weapons go? Hila Mikasuka looks so comfortable throwing the football. How do I put pressure on him? He's throwing screens. He's getting the ball out. If I blitz and they throw a screen, I'm behind. But if I don't blitz and they throw a deep pass, I'm behind. This offense is dangerous, extremely difficult to guard.
Corner Canyon now with a 3-touchdown lead. American Fork. Uh-oh, trouble!
Great tackle by the
Corner
kicker.
Canyon, a great return. That was Justin Borges.
They didn't let Jerome Miles kick off anymore. Save your leg for next week.
They got to take care of their 5-star kicker. It's got to get ready for IMG Academy.
Great job right here, but watch this well open up over the middle. Great blocks right there. Great blocks, but an even better tackle right there by David Nilsson.
That's the kicker making the tackle. Handoff again. Not much there. Great job by the Corner Canyon defense.
Yeah, they've turned up in the second half. The Corner Canyon defense has played better. I was going to say that at the end. I'm like, going against IMG, this defense needs to step up, but they have done a great job at changing the tide here in the second half. This Corner Canyon defense has stepped up.
Coming up on a minute left to play here in the third quarter. Gaisford will change the play. Uh-oh, he's in trouble.
How does that happen?
He's going down. The sack by Corner Canyon.
That did not look like a short set. I wonder why the offensive tackle short set his defender and allowed him to get around. He short set him as if they were running a screen.
He did.
Or a one-step drop. Like, that right side just, I don't know.
Communication issue there, maybe. It looked like Gaisford was changing some stuff up
he
at the line of
changed the
scrimmage.
mic.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't tell me to short set my defender.
Yeah. Well, here they go. 3rd down and 13 to end the quarter. Gaisford steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to run. He's got a blocker, but he's caught from behind. And that may be how we end this quarter. We'll see, though. They got whistles blowing.
It's a flag on the far side.
There is a flag. Not so fast. 17 and a half seconds left pending this call in the third quarter.
Yeah, it looks like a legal formation. They're going to decline it here. 4th down, punt the football. Oh, holding.
They do decline it. And the cramp epidemic continues.
Why is he clearing the field? Is he going to call it the quarter or what?
That's a good question. They haven't officially started the signal yet. The clock is at 17 and a half seconds. I don't believe anyone called timeout.
This is a long way to end a quarter.
This is a long game. It's 9:20 and we're still hanging on to the third quarter here.
He doesn't want to tell us what's going on either. Anyway.
Let's update you on the 6A scoreboard while we wait. Bountiful leads Harriman 27-9. Roy with a 35-7 lead over Farmington. That's on the road. The Royals look pretty good this year. Mountain Ridge leads Fremont 27-14. Weber up by 1 point over Westlake. at halftime. Copper Hills leads Clearfield 28-15. Lehigh 35, Davis 7. Looks like we're back to the action. We'll punt here. American Fork will kick. Drew Walcott's back for Corner Canyon. And the quarter comes to an end. We won't punt. We'll pick that up here in a moment. We'll take a quick break. 56-35, the Chargers lead the Cavemen after 3 quarters.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Feeling hurt? Uncomfortable standing, walking, or running? Salt Lake Running Company offers free custom shoe fittings. With an assortment of functional footwear and inserts, we've got solutions to help you have your best workout, work day, or work escape. For over 25 years, SLRC's award-winning customer service has helped people find the perfect personalized fit that keeps them comfortably moving. Visit us at one of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com today. At UC
So now we'll punt. Now we'll punt and get this going.
All right, back to the action. We begin the fourth quarter with the punt, which is a strange way to begin this game, the way it's gone. Drew Watcott lets it bounce. The Cavemen will down it inside the 25 at around the 23-yard line. So Corner Canyon could kind of put the stamp on the end of this game and send it in the mail.
They can really put it away here because if they do that, you know, they'll go up by 28 points and they will make American Fork one-dimensional, which American Fork is not built to be one-dimensional. They need to have the advantage of the defense caring about both phases of their offensive running game and the passing game.
Kasuga going to throw. Down the middle. Caught! What a catch!
Wow.
Kai Meza. All the way down to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, they just make it look easy. Look at this throw. On the money. Great catch. Almost breaks out of that.
It's a 42-yard gain. This offense is something else. Kasuga steps on the pocket, over the middle, caught! Touchdown, Krishawn Lee! Are you kidding me?
And
his coach isn't going to like the celebration penalty, but he's got another 6 points.
Coach Care don't care. Put points on the board.
I guarantee you Coach Care does care about that. He'll learn.
Oh, my gosh. 4 touchdowns, 300 yards.
My goodness.
That's another 40-yard touchdown. He's got to be up to 270, 280. I got to figure out what he's at right now because he has had himself a game tonight, and the seams have been open. They take the penalty on the kickoff, right?
So all you kids watching out there playing Little League football, you can't do that. Don't spin the ball like your favorite NFL player after you score a touchdown.
All right.
You gotta be taking paychecks to be able to do that. So many weapons. It's Krishawn Lee tonight, Slide.
That's his night.
Next
for sure.
week, I mean, maybe it's Kai Meza. one of these nights, Drew Watcott gets a big game. Like, they just have so many receivers and so many guys. They may have a game where they're playing a team with a really good secondary, and Brighton Brady's got to carry the ball 30 times. He can do that.
But here's the thing. Brighton Brady's great at the backfield. That semifinal game
That's
against
true.
Lehigh last year, he had 300 total yards.
Yep.
150 of them
the ball.
was catching the ball out of the backfield. 7 touchdowns in that game for him.
That's right.
7 touchdowns, 300 yards. He lit it up, so he can catch the ball. He's your other option. This is insane. This team is stacked, extremely dangerous at every level. They can run the screens. They can run the football. They can do the deep shots, as we've seen in this game multiple times with the seam routes. Incredible. Cavemen is amazing, right? As you said, he could be somebody who takes over next week.
Yep. That's an impressive extra point kick. That was deep.
So they can
Here's
do
another
it.
look at the touchdown.
So they can kick field goals.
They
We know
can.
that. But that's just the same as the same as was it the second or the third touchdown? The third touchdown of the game to him. He ran the seam route. Same thing.
The 80-yarder.
Yeah, you split those safeties, and it comes wide open. Great pre-snap read by Hila Mikasuka. He knew exactly what he wanted to do on that play. Great job right there. Right, I mean, Jerome Miles is so dangerous. He'll take the attention of the safety and put pressure on him. That's why you got to make contact and reroute these receivers at the line of scrimmage to take the pressure off the safety. But American Fork just doesn't do that. They let these guys roam free, and they can have just a free route. A free route up the field, untouched. Anybody's dangerous when you're running free like that. What? Great job to Coach Carey. He's also the offensive coordinator, so he calls these plays. He knows when to do it, when to press on the gas. But yeah, we're was it 98 points right here? We're almost at a 100-point game here.
We're not done. Short kick.
Oh.
It's on the ground. You got to get that. They do. Despite the short kick, they will start at the 20-yard line. $11:22 left to play.
63 points. And it just felt effortless.
It's not just the points, it's the big plays that they do it with, how quickly they score.
Yeah.
The explosiveness of this team.
The efficiency that they make those points happen is just, it's amazing.
AF's going to run this.
Great job. Yeah, if I'm American Fork, I'm still working on this season, right? This isn't region play. So
this is the toughest game they'll play all year.
For sure. For sure. But I got to double down on what works, what things have worked. Getting Jensen the ball has worked extremely well. Madden Jensen has an amazing ability to get upfield and get big chunk runs. But I got weapons on the outside.
They're at Orem next Friday. Orem is a very good team. In fact, Orem is taking it to Pleasant Grove tonight. 28-6 was the halftime score. So that Orem team, they've got talent. They look really good. That's going to be a tough test for this American Fork team that is still getting some of these players experience. It's not necessarily young. They got a lot of seniors, but they had so many star seniors last year that these guys just didn't get a chance to get a lot of playing time in moments that really mattered, especially a stage like this against Corner Canyon. Nice run, but you see the talent right there. There's plenty of talent on this AF team. I've been impressed with them tonight.
Oh, yes, for sure.
If they were opening up against a lot of other teams in the state, they come away with a W tonight.
Oh, yeah, for sure. As I said, Madden Jensen runs the ball extremely tough. He opens things up on the outside. You got a great freshman receiver. Will Miney is absolutely amazing. We've talked about how Gavesford has been dynamic in delivering the football. We haven't heard a lot from David Dean, but he's a big 6'5" body that could do some amazing things from you as well.
He got knocked out of the game with that shoulder injury. Hopefully he's going to be okay. But he has not come back since.
I seen him. He's down here on the sideline right here. But you can definitely tell when he got knocked out, they didn't throw him the ball like they should have. But he's somebody who could be extremely dangerous for this football team, down the road in future games once he builds up his confidence. But I think this is a great confidence builder for Gaisford, and delivering the football and finding out who's your playmaker, who's not scared. That's huge. Let's see, check with me offense here.
Another run play for the Cavemen. Luke Broadbent this time. Luke's had some good moments, has a touchdown in this game. American Fork's got a nice run game. I think I like both running backs. And I've been impressed with Gaisford. I think he's done a really good job tonight.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this offensive line, right? Mm-hmm. This is a big-bodied offensive line, and they play together extremely well. I actually like that a lot. Nice screen.
Wilkinson on the run. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. Put more points on the board. We're going to break that thing tonight.
This is a high-scoring affair for sure.
Wilkinson's third touchdown of the game. He's had quite a night.
But the execution there is just awesome. Great execution there. Corner Canyon came with a field side blitz. And normally when you come with a field side blitz, you're able to see the short side screen. But they were just so amped at getting to Gaisford. Gaisford did a great job of getting the ball out and getting it to Wilkinson.
The extra point is good. How about let's give a little love to the special teams of both teams. No missed extra points tonight. No missed extra points. Here's another look at the Wilkinson touchdown.
Great throw, great vision, great speed in the open field, great finish. Yeah, that was good execution. 21-point lead now.
Corner Canyon has 9 touchdowns. American Fork has now 6. And no missed extra points tonight. 13 for 13.
15 touchdowns. That's a lot.
My math was just terrible, wasn't it?
It was a little off, Jay. It was a little off.
I majored in communications. Give me a break. That was terrible.
You still had to take some undergrad classes, undergrad math classes.
Hey, I got my degree. I'm done with math.
Yeah, right. We don't need it no more. What's that they do now in school? Is that core math? What is that called?
Oh, don't get me started on Common Core.
Common Core.
Nothing common about Common Core.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, I'm off my soapbox.
Just being confusing for no reason.
15 of 15 on extra points. Sorry for the math error. Here we go. Deep kick into the end zone for a touchback. So the Chargers will start at the 20 with 8:46 left to go.
This is beautiful. Great night of football. As you said, this stadium's awesome during the day, sunset, and even at night.
There are some 6A games that have gone final. Bountiful defeats Harriman 27-9. Mountain Ridge defeats Fremont on the road 27-14. Riverton beats Syracuse 13-7, and Lone Peak has defeated Bingham on the road 21-0. Kasuga catches made. Jerome Miles has it. Down the sideline, Miles. Ooh, so strong.
So big. What the heck? There was 4 guys who got it. That should have been a 5-yard gain turned into 35.
Oh, you're going to love this angle.
Look at this. Get off me. Get off me. Oh, he stepped out back here on the 40.
Kasuga, handoff. New running back into the game.
Oh, it's Brighton Brady.
Oh, is it Brady? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that is Brady.
I'd get these guys some rest ready for next week. But, oh, did Jerome Miles get rolled up on in that one?
Uh-oh. I hate to see that because he missed all but 5 games last year with that broken leg.
Yeah.
I hate to see that. Hopefully that's not too serious. It's like you're talking about.
Yeah.
You get to a point where you got to start getting some of these guys out of the game.
You said you got a short week next week. Game's on Thursday,
yes, you
right?
do. And you got to have Jerome Miles against IMG.
You have to. Even if you don't throw him the ball, he's a decoy. But that did not look good. Yeah, it looked like
now you got an offensive lineman injured.
Yeah. I mean, the running the football is what you're supposed to do, but
you hate this for Corner Canyon.
They're needing all their bodies heading
Your
into
offense
next
plays
week.
so well tonight. Now you've lost 2 key players here to injury in the final minutes of this game that's well in hand. You hate to see this. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Hopefully we've got a positive update.
Life is hard. Exercise is medicine. The more you move, the more you smile. At Salt Lake Running Company, we know you've got this. Locally owned, locally operated since 1995, SLRC offers free custom shoe fittings, rewards, training groups, races, free events, seminars, and clinics. Visit us in store or online at slrc.com.
Good news, Eason Taffa walks off on his own. Doesn't look serious. You always hold your breath when those linemen can't get up. That's just never a good sign.
No, and what I hate about it, it's sometimes the simplest plays that you've done 1,000 times, and you get those things, and it just sucks. So, hopefully both of these teams can get out of this game injury-free from here on out.
Jerome Miles update, he's back in the game, so I guess he's fine. Kasuga, Brighton Brady, so fast.
Oh, look at that block by Jerome Miles.
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness.
Got a flag on the play. I'm not sure.
It wouldn't have been on Jerome because that was a clean play. Unless it was a face mask on the defense. That's the only thing I could think of. Well, look at this block right here. Boom. He might call blindside helmet to helmet on Jerome Miles. I think that's what they're going to call. They're going to call a blindside on Jerome Miles hit right there that he led with his helmet on that block. Yep. Yeah, that's what they're going to call there. It's hard for us old heads to watch plays like this because that's what your coaches egged you on to do.
Mm-hmm.
You block.
We cheered
like that.
for that. We rewarded
cheered
that.
For that. I mean, we had in the film room, we had this thing called Hit City.
Yeah.
Right? And we put on the film. I got a few of those. I was with the Steelers. We called it Hit City. We get a hat and a sweater every week. We had a Hit City. The hit of the week. And it was off plays like that. It's nuts.
Brady. Well, it's fun to watch him run. He gets peak acceleration so quickly.
You got to give some love to that O-line, though. Will Chandler right there with great technique. What you see in the combine is what he did on that right there. He engaged and he drove his feet and finished that block, and that allowed Brighton Brady to get all the way 10 yards on an inside run. It's a simple dive play right there. But this offensive line, man, it's what you want to run behind. Pull the center.
Watcott with the carry. Fighting for yards, gets out of bounds.
I'm wondering, so Jerome Miles got to learn from that situation. Would that be considered targeting in college and he would be out. That's the only thing.
Only
about
if it's a
college I hate.
helmet-to-helmet contact that they're calling.
Which I think that was.
Were they calling, and I don't know if they were calling it because it was a block in the back or what.
It wasn't a block in the back. I think they were calling helmet-to-helmet. Oh, wow.
Brady with a lot of room to run and a lot of blockers.
His
Finally
patience.
taken down inside the 20.
How about that for an inside run?
Will Corner Canyon hit 70?
Oh, yeah, they're hitting 70.
They could with this drive. That would be an impressive debut this season. To put 70 points on the board against a really good American Fork team on the road. $105 points. So here goes my math again. 105 points on the board currently. Chargers looking to end their evening with 6 more. Kasuga. Brady. No, this time Kasuga keeps. Inside the 10.
He should not be keeping at this point in the football game.
Do you want your star quarterback running?
Absolutely not.
With 5 minutes left and a 21-point lead.
I know it's a zone read. I would not even call a zone read if I was Coach K. Do not give Helaman Kasuga the ability to grow a brain in this situation. Hand the ball off to Brighton Brady. End of story. Throw a short smoke screen out to Walcott. End of story. Throw a fade to the corner up there to Kai Meza.
Brady on the carry. Burning more clock. Down near the first down marker. They can't get a first down here. They are just short. 3rd down and 1. American Fork already has a 4th down stop in the red zone against Corner Canyon this half. Trying for one more here. They go jumbo. How about that? If you love offensive linemen, you love it when you see number 73, Zion Finau, get a carry of football.
Oh, that wasn't even that was a refrigerator play. That wasn't
that was definitely
okay.
the refrigerator call. Finau with the carry and the first down. So it's 1st and goal from the 5. And they go jumbo again. Kasuga. Finau.
Get him
Can
into
he get
the end
there?
Zone. 1 yard line.
Just short. Oh, do we have a fumble?
No.
American Fork was claiming that they got a loose ball.
No, his knee was down.
They're not calling that. They're calling it down.
Well, they were wasting the clock, that's for sure.
Are they going to go Finau one more time? Are we going to get a Piesman?
Oh, the ball was out.
Was that a turnover?
Oh, let's see. The ball was out.
They didn't call it. Doesn't matter. Here we go. Finau again into the end zone. Touchdown, Zion Finau. Give that man a Piesman. Big boy touchdown. He's out of breath. Get him some oxygen. Chargers are an extra point away from hitting the 70 mark in their season debut. What a night for Corner Canyon here at American Fork High School. Oh, Finau just lost his lunch.
Oh, that happens a lot. Especially
clean up on aisle 3.
When you run the football, because sometimes that ball gets hit right into your.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
The jejunum. Almost in my pro.
Does anybody have a towel?
Blowing chunks on the field. I can't throw up. Ever since I was a baby, I just never threw up.
The extra point is good, and Corner Canyon has 70 on the board. There's Zion Finau's touchdown. Congratulations to Finau getting into the end zone from all angles. This game's had a little bit of everything tonight. I did not have that on the bingo card. $70-42 with 3:30 left to go.
112 points in this football game. That's the way to start a season. That is the way to start the season. Well, is this a semifinal matchup that we might see? Does Drew Gaisford take off from here?
Hey, don't doubt American Fork on getting to
they're a
back-to-back
great
cycles
football
again. I've seen
team.
a lot of positive things out of them tonight. They're picked to finish 4th in this region, but this is a really good region.
Well, I mean, you use games like this. This could be a motivation. Like, okay, we know what we have. We can score points. We can score 40 points a game. 40 points a game is going to get us a lot of W's.
Yeah, if American Fork scores 42 points a game, they're going to win a lot of games this year.
Yeah.
And we got a little extra going on out there.
See, that's normally me. Normally when you see the little extracurriculars, I bet it's Sly. I'm normally the guy who's always getting in some kind of shoving match. It's not me. I don't start it most of the time, but it just happens. People just like to mess with me. But this game is definitely in the bag for Corner Canyon. I hope they put their starters, get them some rest and ready for next week. But American Fork, I'd still be aggressive if I was American Fork. Figure out what you got. Figure out how to throw that football. Get Will Miney the ball. Wilkinson. David Dean, if you can get these guys the football down, you can see exactly how I got to throw that football. Cash Taisi. You got a lot of weapons on this American Fork team. This is no pushover, that's for sure. Let's see, it's probably unsportsmanlike conduct against Corner Canyon, number 21. 15-yard penalty, first down. Oh, they call it both ways. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
offsetting.
Yeah, okay.
Both kids got into it with each other. It's kind of silly.
Normally you only catch the second person.
Mm-hmm. They both got caught, so here we go. We'll start it from the 20. 3.5 minutes to burn here for American Fork. They have a lot to be proud of tonight. They played really hard. There's a lot of good things with their offense. Defense, there's a lot to work on there. I think that's could be a concern moving forward for them this season. They're going to get in a lot of shootouts. But this offense against the nationally ranked team held their own. I thought they were attached most of this game. Not a lot of teams are going to be able to say that when they play Corner Canyon this year.
Right.
So a lot to build on for this American Fork team. It's breaking in a lot of new starters. We've given praise on a lot of these kids we're seeing for the first time. Gaser's been great at quarterback. Jensen at running back has been really impressive. Miney had a big night. Wilkinson. Saw the freshman.
Cash Taisi
with some nice plays. The offensive line is really impressive. If they can fix some things on defense, they're going to be a factor, and they can get back to Rice-Eccles Stadium. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and those were technical things. Of course, you know, the dynamic offensive Corner Canyon, you won't see that again, you know, this whole year. But those are things that other teams game plan. So if you can make sure to fix those changes, you're definitely going to be a force. Yeah, man, I would definitely say American Fork is a team that they got to stay on it, stay aggressive, and I understand this is just 1 week against a nationally ranked team, as you said, and keep pressing forward and make it the next week. Hopefully they made it out of this game relatively healthy and make that happen.
Region 3 is no joke, though.
No, not at all.
Lehigh's picked to win it, and I think If we're all going to be forced to guess, we'd say Lehigh and Corner Canyon are 1 and 2. Not in that order. But Lehigh would love to get a rematch with Corner Canyon after last year's semifinal defeat. Sky Ridge, although they took one on the chin Thursday night at Timpview, their offensive line is loaded. They can take care of the football. They'll be a factor. Lone Peak had a big win tonight on the road, 21-0 over Bingham. So a lot of talented teams here in Region 3. It's going to be a gauntlet. Next week, American Forks at Orem. That's a nice test against the 5A team on the road.
A good 5A team, yeah.
Orem, very impressive tonight against Pleasant Grove.
28-0 at halftime, you said?
Yep, one of those Region 4 teams. Or Region 3, I should say. Oh, what was that?
Another hard count. Very good. Yeah. So a lot of tape to review in this game and get better on. You know, it starts tomorrow. If they can call a meeting, get this tape viewed and ready tomorrow morning, and then they can start preparing for Orem as early as Monday. American Forks going to be off the races. They're going to get a nice little winning streak going, get some momentum going, press on into the rest of this season. Yeah. Both of these teams are very, very impressive.
One more play will do it. Over the middle. Catch is made. Tackle's made.
You know you're not going to win this game, but you do have time to see, okay, let me test some of the things out of playbook. Maybe I haven't been in this situation where I'm at the 21-yard line, the 20-yard line going in. I only have 19 seconds. This is situational football. Say this game was tied. Say they were down by 4 points and they couldn't kick a field goal. What plays do I run here to get into the end zone? What works? What is my team comfortable with here? And so there's always moments of learning, and I think this is a big one for American Fork to take with them as they go through the Region 3 gauntlet this year. This Corner Canyon game on Thursday next week is going to be a good one. 70 points tonight. Let's see how they stack up against IMG.
19.9 seconds left.
Great
Trouble.
pressure.
Sack. Fumble. Corner Canyon's got it. Still running. All the way down to the 34-yard line. What a night for Corner Canyon. Jack Rasmussen scooped it up after Preston Watcott gets the sack. The strip sack, the turnover, caps off a special night for the Corner Canyon Chargers, a game these young men will always remember. The night they scored 70 at American Fork. What an impressive debut for the Corner Canyon Chargers. Helaman Kasuga in his first game as a Charger. That'll do it. That's a wrap. The Chargers 70. American Fork 42. What a way to kick off a new season of Game Night Live with 112 points on the board. That is your final. Corner Canyon is victorious. Next week, we head up north. We'll be at Bountiful as the Braves take on their rival, the Farmington Phoenix. For Stevenson Sylvester and our entire Game Night Live crew. I'm Jeremiah Jensen. Thanks for joining us tonight. That's a wrap. We'll see you next week in Bountiful.